Hello and welcome in to Ann Arbor at University of Michigan Soccer Stadium, where the Michigan Wolverines are hosting the number 2 nationally ranked Maryland Terrapins. I'm Theo Chernoff here with Aiden Abdullahi. Aiden, what are you looking for here tonight out of both teams?
It's going to be a huge game for Michigan. They're 1 point off the Big Ten tournament in 8th place right now, 1 point behind Penn State. They have 2 games left. They're going to need to get some results, especially in this match. Maryland's sitting at the top of the conference for the moment. They'll want to win this game, but it's not necessary for them. But for the Wolverines, it's do or die.
Yeah, Maryland, big story this year. They kind of taken over the nation. They're number 2 nationally behind just Ohio State, who Michigan faced just a few weeks ago and didn't fare very well against. So another opportunity here at home for these Wolverines to try to capitalize on a top 5 opponent with their fans behind them. Student section starting to hopefully fill up. Beautiful night here in Ann Arbor.
It's going to be a good one. Maryland's been killing it this season, so it's going to be a really, really hard test for the Wolverines, but they've got the home crowd behind them tonight, so hopefully they can get the job done.
Both teams in their huddles preparing for opening kickoff. Michigan, a little bit of a different starting lineup than they usually roll out. Starting Murphy Parker, and Kamau Brame, who started a few games, but also Patrick O'Toole. So 5 defensemen for Michigan, different than their normal 4-back setup. Still Isaiah Goldson manning the goal as the goalkeeper. Teams preparing for the opening kickoff now. Beto Soto walks towards the ball in the center circle. 45 minutes on the clock here in the first half.
Yeah, Murphy Parker in there. He usually comes on as a sub. He's gotten decent minutes this season, but not a lot of starts. But he'll play in that pivot role tonight. Michigan with the back 5, but we'll see these fullbacks get high and wide. They'll join the attack every single play. So we'll see them send in crosses, look for dribbles, look for cutbacks, and they'll be joining the attack.
Whistle has been blown and we're off. Matthew Fisher, the defenseman, sends the ball in, gets headed away by a Terrapin. Michigan still controlling in the center of the field. Takes a fall, it'll be a foul. Charlie Lawrence drew the foul out of England, the grad student out of England, getting the start. He's started a few games for these Wolverines, but not a consistent every game starter. Soto into the middle of the Terrapin defense, and it's cleared away off the back line. Ball in the air. And Miller dives over the Maryland attacker, Max Rogers. They both fall to the ground. It'll be a foul on Rogers for undercutting Miller. Rogers is dumbfounded, confused by that call.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Rogers there. Just a little bit of a collision, and he'll feel hard done by that one.
Ball is back with Goldson in his own box. Sends a low ball up the middle of the field. Deflected away by Bjarne Teason. And another collision in Michigan territory. The ref stops the clock. A card will be coming out right away for Max Rogers.
Yeah, that one's a late one. If he felt unfortunate to get that first one, you can't really argue with this one, as Murphy Parker got ahead on it, but he just came in super late with the collision there, and that's a tough one.
Players on the ground for the Wolverines right now. Clock is stopped at 43:55.
He's still protesting this. Been very late there, Rogers. I don't think he has much of an argument here, and he'll have to be on thin ice for the rest of the match.
Yeah, Rogers still pleading his case with the referee to no avail. Of course, you cannot take away that yellow card just by an argument.
Absolutely. Nothing you can say will do anything at this point. Parker's still down. He might have gotten the wind knocked out of him. That was a tough collision there.
Athletic trainers are out on the field tending to Parker. He pops back up. He'll walk off the field, maybe come back on in a second. A little ginger, but he's walking off under his own strength, takes a sip of water. I'm sure he'll return in the next few minutes.
Yeah, he'll be determined to come back on. He wants to get his minutes in this match as he's coming off upset for the moment. Michigan will play with 10 for now until Parker's ready to come back on.
Michigan loading up for the free kick in their own territory. playing with 10 for the moment being, but we'll see if Parker comes back onto the fields.
Yeah, we can see now Jason Buckner, usually playing at right wing back. He's the furthest man forward for the Wolverines.
He is their leading goal scorer out of that defender position.
Yeah, he's got 5 goals this season.
Looks like Maryland's making a quick substitution early in this game.
Was that Rogers who came out?
Rogers comes out of the game.
Yeah, it just needs to calm down a little bit, so we'll cool off on the sideline for the time being.
That might be the same player. You switched his jersey, it looks like. He's now wearing number 51 instead of 11.
Okay.
So it's still Max Rogers. Michigan sends a long ball up. Headed into the air by Maryland. And another foul call, this time against Michigan. Ref is getting himself involved early here. A lot of whistles in the first minute and a half.
So that's still Rogers.
Yeah, 51 is now Rogers instead of 11.
Got it.
Luca Costabile into the middle. Cut off by Lawrence. Over to Fisher, who gets it deflected out of bounds by Chris Steinleitner of Maryland. And it'll be Michigan throw-in on the attacking side of the field. Soto cuts back for the ball. Played to his feet. Over to Fisher. Fisher drops it back to Miller. And they're going to try to swing the ball around. No, just kidding. Goes right back to Fisher on the short side.
Yeah, I like this start from Michigan. They're not letting Maryland get in their groove at the beginning of the game.
Long ball sent in over the head of Buckner. Goes to the goalkeeper from Maryland, Lauren Mack, the freshman, who's been outstanding this year, allowing less than a goal a game, a huge reason why the Terps are number 2 ranked in the country.
This will be a chance for Maryland to string a few passes together and get on the front foot.
Maryland on the far side. Ball played into the middle. Through ball played through the Michigan defense. Going to go out of bounds off Maryland. Michigan throw in. Michigan throws the ball in. And now they swing it around to Goldson. Goldson looks for Fisher. Gets it right back to Baker. No, that's Parker. Parker back in the game. Uh-oh, bad touch. Gets kicked in the back in his own box. Falls on the ball. And they'll call a foul on Maryland. That was risky.
Yeah, it was a dangerous pass to him. He dealt with it not that well. I mean, he took a heavy touch, but he's lucky to pick up the foul in the end there.
Interesting decision by Goldson there to play the ball short instead of setting along. Almost bit them in the back, but a fortunate call as Parker fell on the ball and didn't get a foul call. Maryland deflects the ball out of bounds. Michigan throwing around midfield. A lot of back and forth here early. No real attacking chances so far.
Yeah, Michigan will like this start.
Maryland plays a through ball into nobody. And Michigan will cut it off, pass it back to Goldson. No connected passes so far for either team. Goldson sends a long ball up. Intended for O'Toole. O'Toole gets a head on it for Buckner. Buckner with space. Heads the ball in front of him. Brings it out wide to the right. Takes his time. Scissors. Cuts to the goal line. Fakes across. Defender slides. Buckner's still going. Gets the ball taken away from him now.
Yeah, just too much from Buckner there. He beat his man to the byline, but he could have sent the cross in. Instead, he waited, and he just lost the ball.
Miller now intercepts a pass, and then he fouls the Maryland defender. So it'll be a Maryland throw-in. Saddam Mazarika stole the ball from Buckner and kind of shut down that whole attack. Buckner had green grass in front of him, but wasn't able to get the ball on a trajectory towards the goal or even into the 6-yard box.
Yeah, we should expect to see that a lot from Buckner tonight, just trying to get to the byline and sending it across.
Maryland kicks it out of bounds. Michigan ball. A lot of sloppy play early from the number 2 ranked team in the country.
Yeah, they haven't gone into their rhythm at the moment. So Michigan will try to put that off for as long as possible.
Still 0-0 here. 40 minutes left in the first half. Fisher throws it into Buckner, gets it to Soto. Soto plays a nice through ball, intended for O'Toole. It'll go out of bounds, though. Ball was curving the wrong way on the near side.
Yeah, misplaced ball from Soto there. But he's been on fire this season. He's got 3 goals and 9 assists for the Wolverines.
He is 3rd in the country with those 9 assists and leads the Big Ten.
He's been balling out for sure.
A very strong conference. Soto now cuts off a pass from goalkeeper Lauren Mack out of bounds. Maryland will have a goal kick, but good effort from the grad student out of Houston. Maryland playing out the back to Mack. Now Mack sends one up. It finds the feet of a Maryland midfielder, Alex Nitzel. Nitzel gets it up. Now Maryland on the far side. Has space. Through ball. Sends it up. And he falls. And that'll be a penalty kick called after a foul on Michigan.
Yep,
that is a bad foul.
Yeah, Saddam made a great run. He's just too quick for Miller. He tries to get to the byline, and he just knocks it past Miller. Miller with the late slide tackle, and he just clips him, and that's a clear penalty.
Mazurika had time and space. He kicked the ball out in front of him and then took a dive after he was clipped from behind, and the ball was not really anywhere in danger of scoring a goal. It was just on the far side of the box, about as far away of a penalty that can be called. That's an inexcusable foul that gives the number 2 team in the country a chance to go up early. Goldson will now be challenged on this penalty kick. For the Terps, player who's not starting, Leon Cole, is 6 for 6 on penalty kicks this year. There's only 6 goals, but he's not starting early in this game. So Maryland will have a different penalty taker trying to capitalize on this opportunity. Just a crucial moment here early. Maryland gets a chance to capitalize on a moment that didn't really have that many attackers. It was kind of a 2-on-4 for Maryland, and Michigan committed the offense.
Yeah. And
now Maryland a chance to go up 1-0 with 39 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, I was saying I like the start from Michigan. They weren't allowing Maryland to really connect a string of passes together, but they just got on the counterattack there. And it was a silly challenge from Miller. Miller's been solid all year, probably the best defenseman in the team, but he just dove in there and gave the referee a call to make, and he made it. Unfortunate for him.
Kind of a no-brainer call as well. It got clipped, fell.
Yeah, really no choice.
No question about it. We're still in delay here as the referee is looking at the video review to confirm it is a penalty. I'm sure it will be. He'll probably come out, point to the spot, blow his whistle.
Yep, you never know, though.
Michigan head coach Shaka Daly looks disappointed on the near sideline. It's a foul you don't want your team to make, especially your leader, Miller, junior, who's been one of the most solid players all year. This will be a huge moment for goalkeeper Isaiah Goldson should he be able to keep the ball out of the goal, kind of reversing the momentum. Maryland has a huge chance to take the lead, obviously, but Goldson saving a penalty would be huge for these Wolverines.
Yeah, this might be a career-defining moment for Goldson, and it's a season-defining moment for the Wolverines. If he saves this, it'll give the Wolverines a much better chance of coming out of this game with at least a point.
And referee has announced it is, in fact, a penalty.
No surprise there.
So we'll see who takes it for the Terps. Goldson's getting some advice from his coach on the sideline, how he wants to play this. Looking at the statistics of the past attempts. Right now, Luca Costabile, the defender, is at the penalty spot. We'll see if he's the one who takes it, or if it is Max Rogers or Saddam Mazurika. Looks like Colin Griffith walking to the spot, the junior who has 5 goals on the year out of Pennsylvania. He and Goldson have a little face-to-face at the spot, get their instructions from the referee, and Goldson retreats to his line.
Big moment for the Wolverines season here.
Colin Griffith looking to give the Terrapins a 1-0 lead early in this game. Michigan fares a lot better when they score first. They fare a lot better when they score first. Colin Griffith takes his steps back. 1, 2, 3. Now one's to the left. Lines up his field goal. Whistle has been blown. Griffith stutters towards the ball. Goldson dives, saves it, rebound, just missed on the far side. Goldson corralled it right in front of the goal. Maryland players and Michigan players dove in. A right foot was stuck on the ball, and he just missed the right post to keep the game scoreless. It was a shot on the ground towards the left middle side. Goldson with a fantastic diving save, and he keeps the Terrapins off the scoreboard. And not only that, it will be a Michigan goal kick because Maryland hit it out of bounds.
Huge, huge save from Goldson there. I mean, just absolutely so clutch for the Wolverines. Griffith put the stutter on him, tried to see where he was going. Goldson stood still, didn't move, and he made the save. Absolutely huge from Goldson there. Still 0-0.
It looked like Alex Nitzel had his foot on the ball for the rebound chance, but couldn't capitalize. Might not have been Nitzel. We'll see. Goldson's now holding the ball, walking around. There's some confusion on the field.
Yeah, I think they'll be appealing for another penalty here because after the shot was taken, he did get contact. I don't know if they'll deem that enough for a penalty, given that the ball went out. The shot went way wide, but we've seen these given before, so I think the referee will be reviewing this for another penalty.
Both teams now hustling to their benches after a very short period of play. Goldson receives a little ovation from the fans here at Michigan Soccer Stadium, University of Michigan Soccer Stadium. And they are looking for a second penalty on that rebound chance because I believe it was Nitzel got hit pretty hard there. It looked like it was after he kicked the ball, though.
Yeah, Goldson just barely parried it. I mean, he tried to hold on, but it slipped out of his hands, and it gave Nitzy there a chance to take the shot.
The ball went off of his hands and then his legs and ended up right in front of his face, but he couldn't grab it before a right foot got on the ball, and then it missed high and wide to the right.
Yeah, great work from Goldson there. Griffith stuttered in his run-up, tried to make the goalkeeper commit before his shooting, but Goldson didn't fall for it, and he came up huge.
Referee back in the hood, looking for another possible penalty call. Both teams are now back on the field, still discussing strategy with their coaches. Michigan is undefeated when they score first. 6-0-4. So a big moment here. Keeping them off the scoreboard bodes well in the statistics department as well for these Wolverines, as well as just the scoreboard itself. Players anxious to get going. It's been a few minutes since we've had actual open field play. Buckner is still in conversation with the Maryland goalkeeper, Lauren Mack. So some friendly words being exchanged. Just a nice conversation. This Maryland team, Aiden, very international. A lot of Germans, an Australian, a Dutchman. Referee makes the call, and it's just a goal kick. No penalty awarded. So Michigan will restart play with a goal kick with a 0-0 lead. This international team, though, very interesting way to put together a team by Sasho Sirovisky for the Maryland head coach. Not very many American players. Starting Jace Clark, the freshman who hasn't started very many games. He's from Maryland. And then Colin Griffith, who just took the penalty kick. And then Drenica, the other number 8 midfielder, also from Maryland. Only 3 Americans in this starting lineup for Maryland.
Crazy. Yeah, it's been a trend recently in the past few years for NCAA coaches to look international, especially in Europe, for players for their teams. So not unusual for a top team in Maryland right there.
Michigan has the ball. Buckner fighting in the middle of the field. And he wins the battle, but the ref says he lost it. Got the ball, but a whistle was blown. It'll be a foul call. Buckner is livid.
I think he's unlucky there. I mean, Buckner just put his body between the ball and the man and just used his strength there, but I think he's unlucky to pick up the foul.
Maryland with a free kick. They play it short. Costabile into the center. Out to Andrenica. Andrenica gets the ball stolen from him by O'Toole. Patrick O'Toole, and now it's off of Steinleitner for Maryland. It'll be a Michigan throw in their own territory. Matthew Fisher will take the throw. Looks for O'Toole. Now looks for Soto. And he plays it long for O'Toole. Goes over his head into a battle of with Buckner and Teason. Teason wins the battle, goes to Maryland's goalkeeper, Lauren Mack. Mack taking his time, now plays a long ball in. Tried to get a through ball in. Not an awful ball, but it goes to Goldson, the keeper. Looking for Saddam Mazarica. The goalie assist there couldn't come through. Goldson cuts it off. Michigan holds strong.
Yeah, we can tell from these early minutes that they're going to look for Mazarica in behind with his pace.
Battle in the middle of the field for the ball. Michigan comes out the winner. Brame over to Fisher. Fisher controls it, takes his space. Up the right side, plays it short to Soto. Soto turns. Now a through ball across the field. Does not find Bryce Blevins. And Maryland controls it. Michigan takes it back. Now Charlie Lawrence.
It's great work from Parker there.
Blevins, left-footed pass across the field to Miller, to Fisher. Baker, Miller, Fisher, this solid back line all year for the Wolverines. Buckner makes a run in behind for Parker. Parker doesn't pass it to O'Toole. O'Toole battling. Back to Parker. Into the middle of the field, intended for Soto. Maryland cuts it off. Might have numbers. They play it for Colin Griffith. Griffith gets it taken from O'Toole. And then Michigan tries to control it, turns it away yet again. Intercepted by Max Rogers. Now back to Michigan. A lot of back and forth here in the middle of the field. No real direction for either team.
Yeah,
Blevins up the left sideline now.
Michigan doing well to snuff that attack out. They're just staying patient, looking for their moments to attack the ball, looking for their moments to press, and they did well to win it back.
Michigan, a lot of moving backwards early in this game. 36 minutes left in this first half, still 0-0, thanks to a fantastic save by keeper Isaiah Goldson. Michigan now on the left wing. Blevins working, sends a cross in. Intended for O'Toole, gets a head on it, goes backwards though. Maryland deflected it out. Now Fisher sends a cross way into the other side for Blevins. Blevins controls it. Controls it. Scissors, cross in, towards right. Score! Michigan! Patrick O'Toole from Bryce Blevins. Blevins, a low left-footed cross. O'Toole dives with his head, puts it into the left corner, and Michigan takes a 1-0 lead against the Maryland Terrapins early in this game.
Huge moment for Michigan there. Blevins just does so well on the left side. Does a few scissors, crosses the ball, and it's a perfect ball right into the 6-yard box. Patrick O'Toole beats his man. He wanted it more, and it goes into the bottom corner. Beautiful goal. It's Blevins' 6th goal on the year. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists now. I believe that's O'Toole's first goal of the season from the defender.
Decision by Shaka Daly to start Patrick O'Toole paying off. They had 2 chances at that. The first cross was a high right-footed cross by Blevins. Maryland got ahead on it first, went backwards. Good ball across the formation by Fisher. Back to Blevins. Scissored, low crossing. The second time O'Toole got there first, pocketed it in the top left corner. Rough. That's a tough save for Lauren Mack there.
Yeah, no chance for Mack there. I'm interested to see how Michigan are going to deal with this. I mean, they've been a defensive team for most of this year. They usually play with the back 5, as we're on the attack again here. But yeah,
Lawrence cuts it off to Buckner. Buckner now gets a good break, has space, cuts around the defenders, cross in to the backside, deflected away. Michigan now, Parker has time, looking to double their lead. Blevins again, left-footed, low cross, deflected out of bounds. It'll be a Michigan corner. Michigan, the momentum all shift. We talked about it. When Goldson made that penalty kick save, the momentum shifted. Michigan has been on the attack ever since they took the lead. They just had another opportunity. They are looking good against the second-ranked team in the country.
Yeah, this is great stuff from Michigan here. They're on the attack again. That's a great chance for Buckner. He gets a good look, just uses his pace to get around the outside, and he sends it across, but it's intercepted. But good sustained possession, good attack from Michigan.
Blevins loads up for a left-footed corner, sends one in, tries to find a Michigan player, cannot. Maryland now has space. A low ball sent in by Fisher, the last man back. Now Baker tries one, misses long. He tried it from about 15 feet outside the edge of the box there. So Michigan does not capitalize, but still up 1-0 There's a Maryland defender down in his own box, and clock will stop, and they might have some medical personnel come check on him.
Yeah, I was saying earlier before we were interrupted by the Michigan attack, but I'm interested to see how this Michigan side deals with this 1-0 lead, especially against a Maryland side that hasn't lost in conference yet. So we'll see if they sit back. We'll see if they sustain their offensive pressure, but it's going to be an interesting one for Shaka Daly as well to see how he instructs his players to deal with this one.
We'll see what substitutions he decides to make. Michigan is undefeated when scoring first, but they haven't done much of it in Big Ten play. Long ball played in by Maryland. Great tracking header by Fisher to Parker. Parker sends it in the air, and it'll be controlled by Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland undefeated in conference. Michigan undefeated when they've scored first. So
something's got to give.
Yeah.
Maryland on the attack now. Has space. Drenica gets it cut off. Miller will send the ball out of bounds, out of the stadium, and Maryland will reset with a quick throw, and they play it short. Nitzel. Back to the corner. That's Clark. Clark tried to send one in, and it'll go out of bounds for a Michigan goal kick.
Okay, so unless we see a draw, one of those two things are going to end tonight.
Michigan only one win in conference so far. Great out-of-conference slate for them. Undefeated, but then struggled a little more once it started. They're 1-3-3 in conference. Still alive in the greater NCAA tournament projections, though. I saw a projection that had them in the field still, but this win would no doubt pay dividends for them against a team that's no doubt going to be a top seed in the tournament.
Yeah, if they get a result here, it's going to be huge for the Wolverines' momentum going into the NCAA tournament.
Blevins plays it now for Lawrence. Blevins takes a spill. Ref calls a foul. Blevins has energy tonight. You can tell whenever he touches the ball, it's on the attack. It's electric. He's not moving it backwards very often.
Yeah, he's been brilliant this year. A lot of their attacks go through Blevins. He's a skillful player with that left foot. He's got a great left foot. Skillful, great technique, great crosses. Super, super important player for the Wolverines this year.
Michigan looks like they're loading up for a long free kick.
Yep, they're queuing up in the box. Lawrence will send this one in.
They got a few attackers at the edge of the box. Long cross in. Tries to find a head of a Michigan player. Finds the head of a Maryland player, and it goes to Lauren Mack, the goalkeeper. Almost found a unfortunate bounce there for the Terps, but now they're on the attack. Send it in fast to Mazurika. Mazurika cannot control it. And it's Blevins who's back on the opposite side of the field from his position. Jukes at Mazurika, tries to find O'Toole, can't. Goes to Nitzel. Nitzel pass once, cut to the center of the field. To Steinleitner, who tries to send one in from deep. Bramstedt's in front, blocks it. Now an attempted clearance, also blocked by Maryland. Goldson catches it and then runs in to Jace Clark and drops the ball and picks it up right away. So a lot of blocks on long balls that are attempted for both teams, and Goldson comes out with the ball, and Michigan will reset, playing out the back. Goldson plays it short to Baker. Baker tries to find a player, cannot, goes to Jace Clark, the freshman from Maryland. Misplays the ball. Fisher now for Michigan has it back, who also misplays the ball. Into the center for Steinleitner. To Rogers. Maryland, an interesting shot. Ball bounced in the air, then hit the ground. Looks like that was Indrenica, who tried a left-footed shot, sailed over the goal, out of bounds. Michigan goal kick the play out the back again. Neither team able to string together good passes. And now they send one in deep for Buckner, who may have been offsides. He is. He gets the ball, and the assistant referee raises his flag. All four Maryland defenders were running back with their hand raised in the air, signaling offsides.
Yeah, not a lot of connection from either team right now, and I think I'm confident in saying Michigan will not mind. They'll want chaos in this match. As soon as Maryland takes control, that's when they'll be in trouble. But as long as there's confusion, I think Michigan will be happy as long as they keep this 1-0 lead.
Maryland now passing around in their own territory. A little unfamiliar spot. Playing from behind now for the Terps. They have one loss all year, 0 in conference. Have drawn once in conference and 4 times on the year. On the attack now, and Parker steps in front, trying to cut off Rogers, and he does, but he'll be called for a foul. Maryland with an interesting chance for a possible shot from a free kick position, a direct free kick.
This is a deep free kick. If it's a shot, it's going to have to be
Accurate.
probably goal of the season.
You think they're going to try to cross it here, Aiden?
I think so, yeah.
He's kind of from right in front of the goal, like angle-wise,
Yeah.
exactly 90 degrees. They play it quick. It tends a shot. Goldson was mapping out where the right side of the goal was, and Griffith just decided to go right away, sent it in right in the center of the goal. Goldson hustled over and got to the ball. Interesting decision. They're kind of giving away a free kick, but I understand the strategy of trying to catch him off guard.
I like that shot from Griffith.
Maryland has the ball back. Andronika now to Clark. Maryland, now they're connecting passes, but not really going anywhere. Trying to send one in. Braham cuts in front to Mazurika. Mazurika turns around, passes it back to Steinleitner. Now on the far side, Maryland cuts in, dribbling with his left foot to Andronika. Andronika gets it picked off. 2 Michigan defenders try to clear it at the same time. They kick it into each other, and now they get a clearance. Steinleitner tries to send one in to Griffith, and it goes to Goldson instead, the Michigan keeper. So Maryland had some attacking chances there, but not really able to connect anything towards a good shot on goal.
It's looking a little bit more how I would expect Michigan to defend a 1-0 lead. We saw all 11 Michigan players in their defensive half there.
Michigan looking to avoid making a mistake. Soto now for Buckner, and there'll be a foul called on Michigan. O'Toole got into a little bit of a physical altercation. Team's looking a little gassed right now, Aiden. Not a lot of sprinting either way.
Yeah, they'll need to conserve their energy for this one because Maryland's going to put it down their throats, so need to pick their battles.
Michigan got a huge early lead. Now it's played into the corner. Costabile couldn't get there for Maryland. It'll go out of bounds, another Michigan goal kick. There's been a number of Michigan goal kicks so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shaka Daly or Sasha Surovsky go for a sub soon. Maybe get some energy on the field. I'd like to see Maryland's probably going to get a little more offensive. Michigan might be a little more defensive, protecting this 1-goal lead early. 26 minutes left in the first half. 1 Michigan, 0 Maryland.
Yeah, I'm wondering when we're going to see Leon Cole for Maryland. 6 goals, 2 assists on the year. Hasn't played in this game yet.
He is their penalty kick specialist, and they missed him. Decision not to start him by Surovsky, and it did not work out. Maryland struggled on penalty kicks last year, and then Cole stepped up this year and has a 100% success rate, and then didn't get to start this game. Interesting decision. He started 13 matches for Maryland. He started all 13 matches for Maryland, and then didn't get to start tonight, and they missed the first penalty kick of the game.
How many penalty kicks did they have before? Do you know?
I believe it was just 6, and he'd taken all of them, unless I'm mistaken. And this was the first one that he didn't take. Maryland now on the attack. Rogers makes a man fall. Now to Costabile. Maryland has it in Michigan box. O'Toole steps in front and sends it out. Maryland will reset. Rogers has it. To Kolvik for Maryland. And it goes out of bounds. Michigan ball. Or is that a foul?
That one went out for a throw-in, I believe. Yeah, they'll just want to, or no, it's free kick.
So Michigan, story of the game early. Goldson protecting that penalty kick, and then immediate rebound. Blevins to O'Toole to give Michigan the lead.
Yeah. If Michigan come out with 3 points in this game, obviously you got to give credit to O'Toole for his goal, but you got to give Goldson his flowers for coming up big there.
Braham in the middle of the field. Sends it out wide for Blevins. Blevins back to Baker. Baker to Braham. Braham plays it across for Fisher. Fisher now has space. Looks to attack. Sprints up the field. Looking for players, cuts it back, gets it into Soto. Soto has a man on. Didn't know he had a man on. Got intercepted, now he fights it back. Brame, back to Baker. Miller's saying, go forward, Baker. Baker does go forward to Blevins. Blevins has space. Scissors once, twice, now retreats. And he's still dribbling. Now he gets around the Maryland defender, has more time. Tries to do a little outside of the football in for Parker. Couldn't connect.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplaced pass at the end there, but Blevins has just been everywhere for Michigan. He didn't have an option there. He didn't want to go back, so he just took the ball in his own stride. He took his man on, but just a little bit of an errant pass at the end.
Lauren Mack from Maryland, the goalkeeper. Plays it to Kolvik. Kolvik out to Jace Clark. Clark back to Kolvik. Michigan not in a super high press, just looking to avoid the mistake on the back line. Now Soto presses the ball for Maryland. Costabile tries to send one in. Does to Griffith, who controls it for Maryland. Maryland now connecting in the back. Doesn't work out to connecting in the front. Good job by Blevins to step in front of a deep ball there. Maryland now has time, though. O'Toole steps in front of Griffith, and he'll be whistled for the foul. Kind of grabbed him from behind. No protest from O'Toole there.
No protest, but he will stand right in front of the ball, trying to delay the restart.
Ball sent in on the far side. Mazurika. Now Mazurika on the far right wing.
Another quick free kick to get it to him.
Now to Clark. Clark working on Brame. Brame steps in front now and clears it. Maryland controls it. Steinleitner. Steinleitner has it to Nitzel. German to German. Back to Steinleitner. Over to Jace Clark, the freshman, who sends a cross in, goes around everyone in the box and onto the far side. Costabile sends a cross in and lands on top of the goal for a Michigan goal kick.
Yeah, and it's a good ball from Clark in the beginning there.
No, it got deflected. It'll be a Maryland corner. Got deflected out of bounds. Costabile tried to send one in, and it got deflected away in the air. Continue, Aiden, sorry.
Yeah, Clark sent in a good ball in a dangerous area. Just flashed across the 6-yard box, but nobody was on the end of it.
Maryland now lining up for a right-footed corner kick, an in-swinging corner kick. They send one in low. Kind of takes a bounce into a dangerous area, but then it's deflected away high in the air. Michigan now looking for a counterattack. Long ball played in for Soto. Soto is hustling. Nitzel beats him to the ball and passes it back to Mack. Germans connecting all over the place from Maryland. Nitzel to Costabile.
Yeah, they won the ball back there, and they sent it over the top to Beto Soto. If I were them, I'd hope that Jason Buckner was on the end of that one to use his pace, but just cut out at the end.
Mazurika now from Maryland, fighting against Brame. Mazurika falls. Brame wins the battle, pokes it out. He's on the attack. Mazurika now pokes the ball out from Brame, and it'll be called for a foul. Brame stole it from Mazurika. Brame hustled the other way. Mazurika came in, stole it back, but with a little bit too much contact, and Brame's little gingerly walking.
From this angle, it looked like he got the ball. To me, it looked like he poked the ball away, but Wolverines, I think, maybe a little bit lucky to pick up the free kick there.
A little bit of slow play on both sides here. A lot of stoppages early in this first half. You see that more in the second halves, but a lot of stoppages and teams unable to string together a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and that'll be good for Michigan because they don't want Maryland to start getting their attackers moving, because when they do, that's when they're dangerous.
Reset to Maryland. Across the field. Taking his space is Nitzel. Nitzel now finds Costabile, and it hits the back of his foot and goes to Indranika. Indranika gets the ball to Steinleitner, who cannot connect the pass. Brame steps in front. Michigan controls it. It's really just about protecting their goal now. Up a goal early in the game, but Michigan isn't really looking to counterattack. They're kind of just looking to slow Maryland down, which is kind of a dangerous strategy. When you're not on offense, it gives Maryland a chance to be really aggressive with these long balls and hopefully connect on one. And we've seen it. They're the second best team in the country. They are able to produce offense. That has not been an issue for them all year.
They know what they're doing. I don't think we've seen the best of Maryland yet.
Now on the near side, Andronika working on Fisher. Fisher, quick feet, gets the ball out of bounds.
Good work from Fisher there.
Costabile for Maryland. Back to Andronika. To the middle of the field for Steinleitner. Steinleitner back to Kolvik, the Norwegian. Long shot in. Now from Clark. Looked good, but missed to the left. Goldson let it fly by him. It'll be a Michigan goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, if the only shots they give up are shots from that kind of distance, they'll be happy with that.
Michigan now making some subs. Their first subs of the game. It'll be Rocky Perez and Duilio Herrera checking into the game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Lawrence and Parker come off. Decent little cameo from Parker. He didn't get the ball a lot, but from the times he did get touches, I think he played well.
So Daly making the first move of this chess match, keeping O'Toole in, the goal scorer of the game. Like the decision, we'll see if Sorowski responds for Maryland soon. Getting a little bit more experience into the game for Michigan. Battles on the sideline, goes out of bounds. It'll be a Maryland throw-in. Herrera's a sophomore and Perez is a junior into the game. Now Costabile to Steinleitner. Couldn't connect a pass. Baker steps in front on the ground. Buckner now drops back to Soto. Soto tries to send it back to Buckner, goes over his head. Good defense there by Maryland. Bjarne Thiesen. Thiesen falls and is complaining, but no call. Maryland still controls the ball. Out of bounds, off Michigan, Maryland throwing. Maryland looking for a spark of offense here. Unable to find one so far. They've had a penalty kick that Colin Griffith missed. Great save by Goldson. And they're still scoreless here with 17 minutes, 29 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, other than that penalty, not really a lot of great chances for Maryland. They haven't created much other than what gave them the penalty in the first place. When Mazarica made the run and picked up the foul, but really haven't created much this Maryland side, and it's by design from Shaka Daly's side. They've just slowed down the game. They've absorbed some of the pressure. They're picking their moments to press the ball, and they're picking well. We've seen it pay off for them. It's still 1-0. 17 minutes left in this half, and they'll be elated going into this half with the lead. I
believe that is Thiesen on the ground for Maryland. He's on the ground. There's two other Terps chirping at the ref. During these stoppages, we've seen Goldson coming over and talking to an assistant coach on the sideline. And after the last time he did that, he saved a penalty kick. So undoubtedly some great coaching efforts by Michigan to keep Maryland off the scoreboard so far and contribute to the development of Isaiah Goldson, the sophomore goalkeeper. Bright future for the Wolverines should he stay around. Because he's looked good this year, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he's been the #1 choice for the Wolverines. He's traded minutes here and there with Hayden Evans, but he's been their #1, and he got good minutes last year as well. So looks like it's only going to be up from here for Isaiah Goldson.
Sophomore out of Ontario, Canada. Play is restarting here. Maryland with a throw-in. Goes over the head of Griffith, but it'll be whistled for a foul on Fisher as he gave him a little shove in the back as Griffith rose to the air. So Maryland free kick. Will be reset quickly by Thiesen. Now Thiesen to Steinleitner. Back to Kolvik. Over to Steinleitner. This defensive line of Germans and the one Norwegian, Kolvik. I find it fascinating how international Maryland is compared to Michigan. Michigan, a lot of American players.
Yeah.
And Maryland is very European. They have an Australian, Max Rogers. who's already switched jersey numbers this game. And Mazurika is from Kampala, Uganda. So all over the world for these Terps.
Yeah, this
Might be, like you said, a trend in college soccer in the upcoming years.
they like to look for those German players in the youth academies. That's when, so if you're playing for a youth academy in Germany, you're pretty much guaranteed a spot at a Division I college.
Should you want to go to the States. Michigan now with a free kick around midfield, looking to send another long cross in. A lot of attackers at the 18-yard box line. Sends one in, finds a Maryland ahead, but it'll be called for a foul on Michigan anyway. So an inconsequential free kick and a lot of inconsequential action so far here. A lot of back and forth, a lot of stoppages. Ref has blown his whistle.
It's not
sure a few more times than he'd like so far tonight.
It's not been the prettiest game, but
Agreed.
It's not supposed to be pretty, especially for Michigan. I mean, if this game was to be played on paper, Maryland would run right through them, but fortunately for the Wolverines, this game is played on grass.
Maryland now sends a deep ball in. Good save by Clark just to keep the ball in play. Baker gets there first, over to Goldson. Goldson with pressure sends one high in the air towards midfield. Battling is Brame. Brame controls it and sends one deep. And it goes to Maryland. And over to Mack. Mack, the goalkeeper, the freshman goalkeeper for the number 2 ranked Terrapins. Only allows .88 goals per game, but he's already let in 1 tonight. So Michigan's debunked that trend so far. Mack now on the ground to Teason. Teason has space. Michigan just holding their position solid, not attacking the ball, not getting themselves out of position.
This is great stuff from the Wolverines. I mean, Maryland just passing it around the back, and the Wolverines will be happy if they just keep good organization from the Wolverines. Good setup from Shaka Daly.
This is a big bounce-back game after back-to-back losses for the Wolverines. It's Indiana Northwestern. Indiana 5-0 defeat.
Yeah, they're winless in the last 3 games, so they'll be extra fired up to get something.
Maryland now sends one in, finds Mazurika. Mazurika on the far wing. Now cuts towards the goal line and sends one in, and it's deflected out by Baker. Good defense by Blevins and Baker there, not letting Maryland connect the ball between attackers and just try to make a little isolation play on offense.
They've seen what Mazurika's got. I mean, obviously with the play that earned him a penalty, so they're more accustomed to what he can do now, so they dealt with it there.
2 big moments so far in this first half with 14 minutes left. Michigan leads 1-0. Just the save penalty kick and then the goal for the Wolverines. O'Toole finding the net.
O'Toole the goal scorer, but Isaiah Goldson the hero if they can come away with something here.
Maryland now. Clark has space. Sends it into the middle for Nitzel. Nitzel in the box. Gets cut off by O'Toole, who's on the wrong side of the field for his position, but in the right position to stop Maryland from scoring.
I believe that was Blevins. O'Toole's on this right-hand side.
Oh, you're right. It was Blevins. Blevins on the pursuit again on defense.
That's just great work from Blevins again.
He deflects it out for a corner kick.
On both sides of the field, he's everywhere. He's got an engine, and he makes use of it.
Maryland now loading up for a left-footed corner kick. Another in-swinger. They prefer those over there in Maryland. A lot of men in the 6-yard box. Yeah. Goldson barking out directions. Ball swung in, high, long. Gets a head on by Jace Clark and then deflected out by Michigan. Duilio Herrera just sends it out of bounds. Michigan will step their back line up and load up for another defensive sequence. With 12 minutes left, it might be another 57 minutes of defensive stops for Michigan. Soto has the ball. Sends a long ball in, and Buckner's in pursuit. Buckner gets there first. Big first touch. And it's cut off by Kolvik for Maryland, out of bounds for a throw-in. Soto sent a nice long ball in the air that Jason Buckner with his long strides got to first, but couldn't control it with a soft touch.
Yeah, you can see how much Soto trusts Buckner's pace there. He sends that ball way out in front, and Buckner gets to it, but he just took a little bit of an extra heavy touch at the end. But Michigan will have a chance to get their players forward for this throw-in.
Another injury. William Kolvik on the ground for Maryland. A lot of stoppages.
Yeah, these stoppages will be unfortunate for the Maryland player, but Michigan won't mind the stoppages. Just break up the momentum a little bit, help them over the line a little bit.
Michigan loading up for a throw-in. Davis Warren was just announced starter for the Wolverines.
Huge.
A throw, just like Davis Warren would, and it goes out of bounds for a corner kick. Obviously a huge game tomorrow. Michigan versus Michigan State in football. Here we are, Michigan against Maryland in football. Big battle here. Yeah, neither team ranked in football here. The Maryland, number 2 ranked team in the country, down 1-0 with 11 minutes, 55 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, that throw was intercepted, so I wouldn't say it's that different from a
corner kick.
Throw.
Sent in a little riser that found the head of Miller. Miller now back to Soto. Soto finds Perez. A header attempted to be a through ball, and there's a foul on Michigan. A little bit of pushing underneath, and they retreat quickly. So now some substitutes coming on to the field for Maryland. Number 30, Matias De Jesus checking in from Maryland. And number 49, I believe, yeah, Aiden Shepala into the game. For Michigan, Oliver Martin and Dylan Davis checking in. Both of them have had some bright moments this year.
Also for Michigan, 27, Dylan Davis.
So both teams making some more substitutions, getting some fresh legs on the field for these last 10 minutes of the first half. Herrera has space for Michigan. Sends a cross in. Tries to find a Michigan player, does not, gets deflected. Davis is in pursuit. So is Mazarica. Goes out of bounds off of Davis for a Maryland throw-in, excuse me. Mazarica in the middle of the field. Gets deflected. Brame now has it. Brame steps up, finds Davis. Davis has speed on the right wing. Big, heavy touch. Goes out of bounds off him for a Maryland goal kick. A little bit of an unfortunate touch by Davis. Unable to send a cross in.
Yeah, Davis has got speed, so.
Scored the goal to make it 2-1 in the Ohio State game. Or he was the player who got the ball to Oliver Martin.
Yep.
But he had speed to break through the entire Ohio State defense to make the game interesting before it got a little out of hand and ended in a 6-3 result against the now number 1 team in the country. So Michigan in familiar territory against these top opponents. This time they are winning, though. 1-0, 9 minutes left here in this first half. Maryland passing around their own back, unable to get the ball out of their defenders' feet. Passing back and forth between Kolvik and Teason. Now Teason finds Rogers. Rogers, the Australian, plays a through ball in. Fisher, good sliding clearance out of bounds to stop any further trouble for Maryland. Maryland takes a throw in quick to Costabile. Cross played in. Stepped up by Miller. Miller to Buckner. Buckner can't control it. Maryland controls. Back on the attack. Under 9 left in this first half. Steinleitner against a few Michigan defenders to Rogers, who's cut off by Davis. Now a long ball sent in. And Mazarica took a dive, wanting a call.
Miller yelling at him to get up. There wasn't a lot in that
Referee said no foul, get up. Fisher now with space for Michigan on the right side. Plays a nice little poke in to Martin. Martin now with space. Attacks, tries to play a through ball for Buckner, gets cut off by Teason. Quick the other way to Rogers. Now there's some action, some fluid action for both teams. It'll go out of bounds off Costabile for Maryland. Michigan throw. Little more momentum picking up in this game as there have been a lot of stoppages for injuries, reviews, and whatnot. Teams trying to, with some fresh legs, trying to create some energy in this stadium.
Again, it's just great organization for Michigan.
Fisher, been a stud on defense all game. Gets the ball to Perez for Michigan, who gets it over to Baker. Baker to Blevins. Blevins on the left side. Cuts it back. He's cut off, so he drops it back to Baker. Baker takes a step to Herrera. Now to Blevins, who tries to bounce one into Buckner, gets intercepted. Herrera steps in front and kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a Maryland throw-in. Another 2 substitutes coming on for Maryland.
Still no sign of Leon Cole. Thinking maybe he's picked up an injury. Otherwise, I feel like we'd have seen him by now.
It's definitely possible. Checking into the game for Maryland. Some unexpected substitutes here. Number 44, Luke Van Hoekelum, and number 15, Jamison Michael. So Maryland with the throw in on their far side. Looking for something to close out these last 6:45 strong. Michigan cuts it off though. A lot of walking on the field right now. Ball sent in, and it's cleared away by Michigan into the student section. Maryland now sends a high ball in. This defensive line of Michigan has stood very strong. Shades of Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. But no, their names are Nolan Miller and Will Baker. No one has been able to penetrate this back line. Oliver Martin now for Michigan. Steps into Brame. Brame sends one over to Baker. Nice little nifty turn. Plays it up to Blevins. Blevins with space. Michigan just looking to hold strong. Maybe find another goal to extend this lead to 2. Blevins to Perez. Rocky Perez to Dylan Davis. Gives it to Fisher. Back to Davis. Trying to connect on a little give and go, and Davis loses the ball. Then he gets a very fortunate foul call. As Costa Bila was fighting with Davis, Costa Bila won the battle. Davis happened to fall and got a foul call that I do not believe was a foul.
Davis took a big touch there. He just lost out, and he's bailed out by that call.
Blevins will reset with a free kick. Signature left-footed cross that he will send in. His left-footed cross already earned the Wolverines 1 goal today as they found the head of Patrick O'Toole. This time, him and Duilio Herrera will both line up as if they're going to take the free kick. There's already a player on the ground for Michigan. Looks like Baker got, or maybe Miller got thrown to the ground on the far side. That is Baker. And now there's some little scuffling, but they will restart play soon. 5:08 left in this first half. Michigan leads 1-0 over the number 2 ranked Terrapins. Herrera runs at it first, stunts. Blevins now left-footed cross. Finds the head of Maryland player. A long shot tried in, kind of whiffed by Perez, and Maryland the other way quickly. Blevins steps in front. Maryland now. Finds Costa Bila, but Costa Bila can't get there before Perez does. He sends it out of bounds. Michigan looking to hold strong for these last 4:45, then reset for the second half.
Yeah, this counter press from Michigan is just great. You can see every time they lose the ball, they just snuff out the counterattack right away. They're just working so hard.
Costa Bila falls, and it'll be a foul on Perez. Maryland looks to take it quickly. Stop the ball, and tease in will step off of it. It's Costa Bila's free kick. Maryland unable to produce many shots on goal. I'm not even sure they have one.
I think penalty would count as one.
The penalty is the only one they have, though, and it's not even an open play. Costa Bila sends a long cross in. Finds Clark, who has space. Sends to chip one in. And then Maryland sends a shot on goal this time. Goldson makes a fantastic diving save with his left hand.
Goldson's hurt. Yeah, great save from Goldson there. He's down on the floor.
Kind of came out of nowhere as Clark tried to chip one in. Got deflected in the air by Michigan. And then, I couldn't tell who it was, but a Terrapin got their left foot on the ball. Bounced it a few times through the entire defense towards the back right corner. And Goldson dove and pushed it out. But he is now down on the ground. See if he's able to stay in the game, or Hayden Evans is called in. There's 3:57 left in this first half. Medical staff hustling onto the field for the Wolverines. Goldson's writhing in pain on the ground.
Yeah, Goldson, hope he's okay, because he's obviously been huge for them this season and especially tonight. It's unfortunate for him. They do have a good backup with Hayden Evans, so he can definitely do a job, but they'll be praying for Isaiah Goldson.
Very long first half here. It's already an hour plus past the start of the projected start of the game. And still 4 minutes left in this first half. A lot of stoppages.
He's back on his feet.
Goldson stands up.
It's good to see.
And now they will reset for another corner kick to wait for the medical staff to hustle off the field. They're trudging their way towards the sideline.
Yeah, you were just saying you don't think they have had a shot on target. They get one right away there.
Yeah.
So ends in a
Maryland
corner.
left-footed, in-swinging corner, very high in the air. There's a whistle blown as the ball's in the air. Not sure the referee was ready for that one, Aiden.
No, took it too quick.
So we'll reset. They'll try the same thing, I'm sure. Michigan has 5 defenders in the 6-yard box. Not a single attacker there, just trying to hold strong, keep the momentum these last 3 minutes. Now a high swinger into Buckner. Buckner gets a head on it. It goes out of bounds on the opposite side for another Maryland corner kick.
Got to stay dialed in, this Wolverine team, and it looks like they are. Every single attack they're putting a stop to right away as Buckner gets a head on that. Good work from him.
Now a right-footed corner. Quick now. And it's got a head on by Michigan. And trying to save the ball in play is Herrera, and he does not. So Michigan with a clearance. 3:20 left in this first half. Still up 1-0. Maryland probably going to have 3 minutes straight of attacking. Teasen swings it over to Nitzel. To Rogers. Tries to connect a pass, and it goes off of a Maryland foot, out of bounds. Michigan throwing. One goal on the scoreboard so far in this game, off the head of Patrick O'Toole. Neither team able to find the goal since. Brame now holding the ball. There's a foul on Maryland. Michigan will reset with a free kick. Blevins loads up the free kick. We'll see if they go long again. Looks like they will. Getting a number of attackers towards the 18-yard box line. Maryland holding their line. Michigan trying to avoid offsides. Blevins raises his right arm, sends a long cross in, high in the air. Finds a Maryland head, and then into a Michigan foot. Davis now has the ball. Davis to Perez. Perez to Miller. Tries to connect to Perez. It goes out of bounds. Michigan hustling back on defense. So we're under 2 minutes left in the first half. Lauren Mack takes it quick for Maryland. To Kolvik. To Steinleitner. Over to Costabile. Back to Teasen. Ball goes out of bounds off Michigan. Another Maryland throw. They take it quickly now. Maryland on the attack. Cuts it back. And it's cut off by Perez, who thought he had a clean tackle. There's a Maryland player on the ground. A lot of shoving right now on both sides. Still a Maryland player on the ground. Steinleitner's getting involved. Buckner, they're shoving. They're shoving all over the place. About 18 players are involved in this battle. Referee trying to separate them. Head coach Shaka Daly barking out orders to stop it. Perez with an interesting hard tackle there on Maryland.
Yeah.
Number 30, Matias DeJesus.
Yeah, just picked up very, very late slide tackle from Perez, and I think it's fair to say the Maryland players were not happy with that one.
There, Costabile saying he shoved him, give him a yellow.
He did give him a tiny shove in the back, but I mean, that actually sends you down.
They're protesting. Nitzel is fed up with the referee.
Costabile went down very, very easily after the shove.
Now to Jesus. will take the free kick that he earned. Game getting a little chippy here with a minute and a half left in this first half. I'm going to predict it gets a lot more chippy in the second half if these Terps are still down in this ball game. Matias DeJesus sends a cross in, misses Michigan defenders, and now a foul on Maryland as Maryland thinks it should have been a foul on Michigan in their own box. Right around the penalty spot, Fisher is, no, that's not Fisher. Blevins is down for Michigan, and a player is also down for Maryland, both at the penalty spot.
Yeah, 2 players challenged for the ball there was Blevins, and I couldn't tell who it was, but I couldn't tell who got to the ball first, but it was a collision of legs there, so I think this will definitely be reviewed by the ref. I think
1 minute,
it'll be harsh to give that as another penalty.
minute 14 seconds left. Michigan's trying to get out of this half with a lead. Maryland is very annoyed at the referee. Both coaches are talking to the 4th official on the sideline. There's still a Maryland player down. They both tried to clear. Maryland tried to kick the ball towards the goal. Blevins tried to clear it. And Michigan was fortunate enough to get a foul called on Maryland when it could have gone either way and maybe another penalty kick. That's teasing on the ground.
That's a scary one for the Wolverines. And we just saw the center ref have a word with his AR, so it's a little bit of a discussion there regarding what actually happened, but
Teasing pops up.
Still be a Michigan free kick, I believe.
Goldson will reset with a free kick. 1 minute, 14 seconds left as play is about to restart. Matias DeJesus is arguing with the assistant referee. No, that's Steinleitner. Steinleitner's arguing with the assistant referee on the near side. Almost every Maryland player has had their 2 cents put into the referee's ears on the day. Very long first half wrapping up here. Goldson will send a free kick in. Sends it deep. Low. Quick one. DeJesus jumps in front. And now it's sent in deep by Blevins. High in the air. Another collision of legs, but the ball sent again high in the air. To Blevins. Blevins controls it. No, he doesn't. Gets it to Maryland. Maryland. Clark. Under a minute left in this first half. Tries to send in a deep through ball. Goldson cuts in front and will dribble it into his own corner and pick it up and then fall on the ground. 43, 42, 41. Michigan going into the break with the lead is huge for this program.
Yeah, Goldson will hold on to this one for as long as the referee allows him
He's
to.
bouncing it, dribbling it. Now he spins it and sends one deep.
I think that was in Goldson's hands for about 20 seconds.
Took 20 seconds off the clock. Perez heads it out of bounds. It'll be a Maryland throw. 17 on the clock. Maryland unable to connect passes. Now they swing it to the far side to Clark. He gets cut off by Blevins. Under 10 seconds left. Blevins sends it into Mack. Mack saves it in bounds. And the clock will run out in this first half. Very choppy first half, but the Michigan Wolverines walk into their locker room holding a 1-0 lead over the number 2 ranked team in the country.
Yeah, not a gorgeous game for the neutral there, but an absolutely stellar first half performance from the Wolverines. They held Maryland to only 2 shots on goal, and one of them was a penalty. Michigan only had 1 shot on goal, and it was the goal. That was O'Toole's second goal of the season there.
23 fouls in this first half to give you a sense of the physicality being presented. There'll be a 15-minute halftime, and then we'll reset with another call. 1 Michigan, 0 Maryland. For Aiden Abdullahi, I'm Theo Chernoff. Thank you for listening to this first half on WCBN Sports. In the second half, it'll be Simon Blyer and Perry Martinez taking over the call. So Michigan looks to pull off the upset here at home and get themselves into the Big Ten tournament and maybe the NCAA tournament. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thank you for listening to WCBN Sports.
Fans at this time, please welcome to the field AYSO Region 610 and the Michigan Tiger Boys 2016 Gold and Silver for tonight's youth halftime scrimmages. Presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan.
How was that?
Fans, we want to make a correction. Once again, please welcome to the field the Michigan Crush 2015 and 2016 for tonight's youth halftime scrimmage. seconds remaining in your scrimmage. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, fans, let's hear it one more time for the Michigan Crush 2015 and 2016. Tonight's youth halftime scrimmages presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Hey fans, we would now like to recognize our winners of the Roots Chris Fan of the Game. We have Randy Gibson and Fiona Young. Congratulations, you've been selected as the Roots Chris Fan of the Game. You're going home with a $100 Roots Chris gift card. Please redeem the gift card at the fan experience table located in the southeast corner of the stadium.
Welcome back to Michigan Soccer Stadium. I'm Perry Mortiz alongside Simon Blyer as we have the second half of the Michigan Wolverines attempting to hold on to their 1-0 lead over the Maryland Terrapins. Simon, what did you see in that first half from the Wolverines?
Obviously, 1-0, that you're happy. You're happy if you're a Wolverines fan right now. But on both sides, I really just didn't see good soccer. A lot of pinball in the middle. Not great control from either team. Michigan obviously was able to capitalize on their chance. A cross right in, header, great shot. But I really haven't seen great things out of both teams. They've showed great things in spurts.
Yep.
But it hasn't been a complete half for either of the teams.
Yeah, game got a little chippy there at the end. Anything you have to say? It seemed like Maryland was more bothered from the officiating than the Wolverines were. How does that factor into a player's mind at this stage of the game?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Maryland, you're down 1-0. You're the second-ranked team. You're not happy with how things are going. You're going to try to take it out on whoever you can when you can. So that's a little bit of the frustration there for Maryland. I'm sure at halftime, coach's message is lock in. We can't control the refs. I want you guys to just play hard, play through everything, play through adversity. As we can see, Maryland right now is 40 seconds left on the clock, and their starting 11's already out there, huddled up. Michigan's still warming up. This is going to be a different Maryland team, I think, the second half.
And I'm sure that's something that Sasha Surovsky was saying to his Terps in the locker room. What are you looking to see from the Wolverines in the second half? We've talked a lot about Maryland, how they're going to make some adjustments. But how do the Wolverines kind of hold on to this lead?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, towards the end of the half, they kind of parked the bus, brought their attackers back, their midfielders back. In the second half, I'm actually going to look for a little bit more attack. They say sometimes your best defense is offense. Yeah. I didn't like how Michigan played towards the end. I felt like Maryland was getting a little bit too many opportunities. A lot of the fouls were on this side. So if I'm Michigan, I'm looking to attack. They've had a lot of success out wide, crossing it in. So I'm looking, play it outside, play it to Blevins, and then look for the big man in the middle, Buckner. I want to see him get a little bit more involved.
Once again, Perry Mortius and Simon Blyer. If Michigan was able to hold, or is able, I should say, to hold on to this lead, it would be their first win versus a top 5 opponent since 2011 when they defeated number 4 ranked the Akron Zips here at Michigan Soccer Stadium. But Isaiah Goldentron in that, looking like we're going to get ready for kickoff here with Maryland starting with the ball.
You said 2011.
2011.
We were just watching some kids play on the soccer field at halftime, and I think they were 2015 birthdays, 2016 birthdays.
Yeah, this would certainly be the biggest Michigan win in a while, especially considering some recent losses. Indiana, Ohio State, blowout losses. They got a good result against Michigan State and East Lansing last week. Going to come back, hopefully trying to build off of that.
Yeah, second half should be a good one. Again, I expect to see a different Maryland team. They're second in the country for a reason. Top of the Big Ten. Michigan hasn't had much success in the Big Ten. So we'll see if Maryland changes it up. Michigan, keep the intensity, push the ball forward more. Crowd's getting into it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Michigan 1-3-4 in the Big Ten. Overall, though, 6-3-5. So you can see a little discrepancy there. Obviously, the Big Ten, loaded conference. Top 2 teams, Ohio State and Maryland, both playing the Big Ten. But Max Rogers standing at midfield, getting ready to drop the ball back, and we should be off here. Back all the way back to Mack, sitting outside his own 18. Mack all the way up the field for Maryland, looking for Clark. Clark heads it back as Baker's going to clean that up. Out for a Maryland throw.
Yeah, Maryland pushing it up early, looking to attack Michigan.
Clark, and on the throw to Shepella. Over. Maryland in the box now, looking across Rogers. That goes off of Baker. Michigan keep it along the sideline. Buckner working, goes down, going to get the foul call on Stengleitner there.
Yeah, I mean, 2 things I kind of said. Look for Maryland to be a different team, push it up, and then Michigan get the ball to Buckner as Buckner draws that foul.
Levins drops it back to Baker. He's going to take the kick with his left foot. In swing ball played up. Buckner going up against Clark. Clark's going to win that header. Over to Shepella again. Shepella working against Herrera. Over to Clark. Clark dribbling off the sideline. Michigan thought went out earlier. Did not. Going to be out for a Terps throw.
Yeah, and Clark, I don't think we've seen him in the game, have we?
We saw him a little bit in the first half, but didn't really make an impact.
Yeah, I think they're going Clark's side. He obviously has great pace. So we'll see if he can bring the ball up for them.
Maryland now trying to break out their own back end. Plays it up. Maryland dropping it back, all the way back. As we're going to see another ball up to Shepella, trying to attack Blevins on this left side, it looks. as Michigan's going to get clear. But we're already seeing kind of what we saw. Michigan parking the bus. Looks like it's going to continue here in this half as well. Kovic up the right side.
Don't think Michigan has completed any passes yet in this half.
Sharpla looking mill, but Parker's there to kind of clean up. Dribbling, looking for help. Going to clear it out. Baker now up again, and still kind of playing kickball here as it's going to be out for Martin. But that's going to be easy for Tyson to take care of. Back to Mack with Martin in pursuit. Kovic now along the near side working against Buckner. Kovic
Michigan trapping here. That's a great win.
Great win by Martin to get the ball back. Clark going to win it back for Maryland, though. As Brame comes up over. Oh, Buckner goes 5-hole on Nitzel. Nitzel going to recover, though, and get it back out. Oh, and a great diving header by Baker to jump in front of Sharpla. But I believe they're going to call a foul here.
Yeah, great bit of aggression by Michigan. First to every ball, forcing mistakes out of Maryland. That's the key in soccer. You force the other team to make mistakes. Don't let them get comfortable. And Michigan made 2 great plays there, one almost resulting in a big chance, and then they're going to get a free kick from around half field around here.
Yeah, we're still seeing Maryland continuing to complain to the official. As right at midfield, Blevins now looking, only has 3 guys up, though. Looking for somebody.
Yeah, this is something I don't like that Michigan does. They really aren't aggressive out of free kicks.
Blevins play up for Buckner, who was looking for a foul. Looked like he was held. Herrera now along the left wing. Drops off to Blevins. Blevins fakes the cross. Outside the 18, goes back left. Along the end line, back, cuts back in. Oh, and that looks to be like it went off of Teason's hand as Max can collect and play it out quickly. But Costa Bile plays it up again, but Michigan certainly want a call there.
Yeah, Michigan's looking for the handball. I don't know if they can review it. Looks like ref's going to go to VAR here. Potential penalty opportunity for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that just looked awkward. Blevins had a great cross in along the end line looking for Buckner. Buck kind of hopped up on Teason there. You could see immediately from Buckner. He immediately put his hand up. Referee kind of forced to check it with VAR here.
Yeah, and then that chance created by Blevins, who on the first one was the assister. He's doing a great job working here on the left side. Left foot dominant, crossing that in with his left foot as we watch the replay here.
And cut off.
Kind of cut off right before. Can't see exactly if it went on the hand. Obviously what the ref's looking for is intentional. If the hand's by the side, they're not going to call it. But if he sees the hand go out a little bit and it's in an unnatural position, they're going to call it, and it's going to be a penalty for Michigan.
Another thing that you usually look for is how does the guy who maybe committed this handball react to the play. Max certainly wanted to play fast. I don't know if he thought he had Costa Bile on the out really quickly. I couldn't really tell. I was more focused on what was going on with Buckner. But when you kind of see that, you think that Maryland might have think that they committed a handball here.
Yeah, and I mean, spirits right now for Maryland aren't looking too great. I think they know something's coming. I mean, if this is a penalty for Michigan, this is huge.
Yeah, Maryland had that penalty early in the game within the first 5 minutes, and Goldson made a save diving to his right. But Michigan now has a chance to take a 2-0 lead, what we call most dangerously in soccer.
Yeah, definitely, especially for Michigan if they go 2-0 on Maryland, one of the most dangerous teams in soccer right now. But we'll see. Just waiting here for this call.
Yeah, obviously none of it matters if the referee determines that was clean. Still no word. He's been over we've had a couple long replays tonight.
Yeah.
Whether that's been free kicks, the first penalty kick was a long replay as well. Really long first half, ton of stoppages.
Everybody just kind of on their edge of the seats. See here if it's going to be a penalty. The ref's still in the monitor. Obviously, it's a tough call to make, a very decisive call. Still 40 minutes left, but a 2-0 lead is not what you want to be. You don't want to be down, and it's going to be a penalty kick.
You can see the immediate reaction from the crowd. Michigan's going to win it. Buckner saw it right away. Let's see who steps to the spot for Michigan. Lauren Mack will be your goalkeeper, 6'1". Freshman, a big spot for a freshman here for the number 2 team on the road. Going to be going up against, we still don't know who's going to the spot here.
And I believe they're giving a yellow card. So this seemed to be a very intentional handball. Obviously, we can't see. The monitor hasn't really showed a replay. But it looked to be very intentional. The yellow card's there. And now the mind games of soccer.
Yeah.
Goalie does kick the ball to the side. So much talking right in front of the PK spot. I know when I was playing, penalties, you don't want to be taking them.
No.
You're going to get an earful from pretty much every player on the other team. Michigan kind of deciding who to take it. Looks like it's going to be Blevins here.
Does look like it's going to be Blevins. Scored one earlier this year, has the assist tonight. What's going through your mind? You know, Blevins is a lefty. I know you were a lefty. What's going through your mind as you're stepping to that spot?
I mean, my spot was bottom right every time. I'm not even thinking. I know where I'm putting it. Blevins has taken many of these. He knows where he's going. We'll see if the goalie knows where.
More Mac running from side to side here. Blevins just staring down at that ball, keeping his concentration as a Maryland player kind of goes spiraling from outside the 18. Crowd's loud. We have the whistle. Blevins runs up. Bottom left, goal for the Wolverines. 2-0 lead, Blevins. Goal and an assist tonight. Maryland's going to jog back to the circle, but as the Wolverines bench clears out into the corner.
That is a huge goal for the Wolverines. I don't think I need to be in the booth to say that's a huge goal. I think everybody knows it's a huge goal. But 2-0 up on second-ranked Maryland. It doesn't get much bigger than that. Blevins has showed up today. Goal and assist, as you mentioned. That's a big one.
It certainly is. Michigan nobody gave them a chance. Got killed against Ohio State, got killed against Indiana. Now they're up 2-0, 41 minutes, 36 seconds away from a massive win against a top 2 program. But still a lot of soccer to be played.
Yeah, and I must add, they're down 1 point to get into the Big Ten tournament, so this is a huge game for Michigan. Maryland looking to stay up top of the Big Ten. 40 minutes, a lot of time.
Max going to pass it up as Baker heads it back. Buckner's offsides, can't touch it. Steinleckner going to go back and retrieve the ball as he sends up to Costabile on the left wing. Costabile up to Masarika, looking for the back pass, back heel, and goes out on Michigan. Parker slid to get that out of bounds. Maryland's going to take the throw in over to Fisher. Fisher working, taken away by Maryland. Bad turnover in their own zone, and Maryland goes down. They're going to get a free kick, I believe, in a dangerous area for the Terps.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous area. Terps, you can see a lot of intensity just right away. They're a little desperate right now. Down 2-0, need to create something, and here's a very good chance. Free kick right by the corner kick spot, about 5-10 yards in front. Maryland pretty much has all their guys. The only guys back right now is their keeper. They're looking to score. They're putting this in, looking for a head on it, and we'll see if they can convert.
Max Rogers going to take the outswing kick here. Michigan has one man in the wall. I believe that's Herrera. Looking for some big center back in the middle. Ball comes in, outswing. Buckner heads it out. Michigan shot. Oh!
Saved on the line.
What a save there by Brame, I believe. 2 Wolverines there to stop it. Goldson had no chance. I believe that was Kolvik's shot coming from just outside the 6. But great save by Brame along that line.
Yeah, we saw 5 Michigan guys straddling that line. Was to the left of the keeper, but thankfully there were a couple men there to save it.
Clark now working. Great tackle again by Parker. But it's going to be out for a Maryland throw. Nitzel into Clark. Clark dribbling. Gets bumped off the ball by Buckner. Going to be a Wolverines throw. Good defense there by Buckner.
Yeah, great bit of physicality. Michigan stepped it up. Both teams, though, it's going to get a little chippy, I fear.
And here's where you kind of see the art of time wasting, right? You see Baker taking a long time to try it in there, get this ball in. Finally does, but that's going to be a big part of the game to watch as well.
Yeah, for sure. Michigan's definitely going to be looking, get any seconds whenever they can, throw-ins, corners, goal kicks.
Clark now going to take the throw and drop it back to Kolvik. Teason now probably going to pass it around to Costabile on the left wing, back to Teason. Maryland just playing along the back right now. Kolvik over on the right. Has Nitz on his right, but is going to choose to go up the middle to Max Rogers. Mazurika taken away there by Miller. Maryland gets the ball back. Clark along the right wing. Dribbling. Herrera on him. Goes to the end line. Fakes the cross. Eventually gets it. Herrera blocks it. And cleared out by Blevins. Kolvik now. Buckner fighting. Buckner gets it back. Goes through the legs of Sternlackner. Buckner going to play out for Martin. Kolvik wanted offsides. Martin didn't touch it, so it doesn't. And now here comes the offsides call.
Yeah, you got to stay on sides there. Had a lot of time. Buckner a little disappointed in his teammate, but Buckner's working here at the front.
Maryland takes it quick. Steinlackner here as he crosses midfield. Parker on him, playing it out wide to Costabile along the far edge. Back into Steinlackner. Crossing near the 18. Rogers Over to Drika. Drika shot saved by Goldson. Save again by Goldson. And whoa, 2 point blank saves by Isaiah Goldson.
Wow.
Indrinika there, and the Maryland corner coming up.
I was going to say that was a chance for Maryland, a one-on-one with the keeper, and Goldson wins it twice. He's had 3. Big save on the penalty kick for Maryland in the first half, and then 2. Just amazing. Great reaction, right place, right time, and now they got a corner, so he'll try to make another one.
Max Rogers outswinging ball. Getting a little bit of communication there as I believe Steinlackner headed towards the goal. Buckner got the original touch. It was deflected off of Wolverine before Goldson scoops it up here.
Yeah, a little scary there. Buckner and Goldson kind of like, you get it, no, you get it, no, you get it. But Goldson possessing the ball here in the back.
Goldson plays out up long before it goes back to Maryland. Teasen, center back, looking, probing. Good play to Kolvik, fellow center back. They played well tonight. Although they have given up 2 goals, they've been impactful back end. Back over to Teasen, Costabile along the left. Back to Teasen, just Maryland looking for something, looking for a long ball, but covered very well by Michigan. Nitzel now up the mill. Over to Clark. Clark working against Blevins. Cuts middle, cuts in. Still dribbling with his right, drops Max Rogers. Fakes the cross on Herrera, gets by him. Crosses with the right, out by Baker for another Maryland corner.
I must say, Maryland's looking a little more dangerous now. They had that chance there, big save by Goldson, but they're attacking. They're playing with nothing to lose, down 2-0. They need goals, they need them fast. Moving the ball very well, up and down. Aside from Michigan's one chance there, where they converted the penalty kick, Michigan really hasn't maintained possession, and it looks like Maryland's just going to keep trying to make them pay for it. As another corner kick, we've seen many chances.
In swing ball played by Rogers, looking back post, headed wide by Clark. And Michigan's going to take their time as they're going to get a goal kick here.
Feels like time's ticking for Michigan. It feels like Maryland's going to put one in soon. I don't want to say it. But if Michigan doesn't change anything right now, we could be looking at a closer game once we get down to 4 zeros on the clock.
Yeah, Simon, you and I were watching just the table over when Theo and Aiden were broadcasting. We said this doesn't look like the 2 team in the country. I would say they look like the number 2 team right now.
Yeah, they're definitely, after that second goal, they've changed it. They're possessing well. They're pressing here. But if I'm Michigan, I'm not comfortable with this 2-0 lead.
Goldson out wide to Fisher. Fisher cuts in, taken away by Maryland. But Parker controls, corrals, and just get chip up into the corner as Teasen and Buckner go into it. Teasen all the way back for Mac. Martin in pursuit. Mac's just going to chip it up, and then Drinica is going to go in, maybe beat Miller. He's going to beat it. Yes, he is. Miller back over to Masarika. Masarika dribbling, cuts right. Looking for Nitzel or Clark on the right wing. Going to turn around, go back the other way. Costabile now. Cuts in just along the 18. Have a shot.
Whoa.
Ooh, just wide.
Dangerous, dangerous shot. A little bit above the bar, a little bit to the right. But Maryland, they're threatening every time. It seems like they're getting it, and they're putting a chance on net. Obviously, have had that one big chance. Other than that, they're kind of just missing a little bit. I'd still look for that to change.
Yeah, you could tell Costabile, right, with those short, quick steps, looking to shoot the ball there. No really harm. You're down 2-0. You got to get balls to the net. Herrera now crosses midfield, taken away by Steinlackner. Back over to Teasen. Feels like Maryland's had the ball the entire half. Teasen back over to Costabile. Steinlackner, little 1-2. Costabile along the left wing. Looking for Drinica. Drinica now to Nitzel. Nitzel dribbling in. Plays it out wide to Chapella. Chapella works right against Blevins. Gets the cross in.
Great ball.
Back post. No. Good chance again for the Terps. And that's going to go out, I believe, for a Maryland corner. Costabile looking back post. Couldn't get a great head on it. Just went right across Goldson's face.
Yeah, another chance there by Maryland. It seems like they've kind of relaxed into this game. That second goal is like a wake-up call. We got to score now kind of goal. So, again, Maryland, another corner kick, looking to do something dangerous. It's chance upon chance upon chance for Maryland.
Kick looks to be a little bit too far. Clark back post. Going to go off Buckner's back for another Maryland corner. I believe it's their 6th of the half.
Yeah. Obviously, Michigan has the goal in this half, but I sound like a broken record here. It's Maryland that's dominating this second half.
Buckner still down on the ground. just inside the 6 box. He's struggled with a couple injuries, hamstring injury earlier in the year, ankle. I don't seem to know what this one is. Still down, though.
Yeah, seems to be in a little bit of pain. Trainer's deciding whether to come out or not.
Helped up by the ref and his teammates. We're going to get another corner here from Max Rogers, the lefty, unless they looks like they switched to Costa Bile, actually. He's going to take this on the in-swing far side. Oh, slips as he kicks it. Herrera's going to be able to clean that up just inside the – goes down with a foul from Mazarica, and Michigan's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, I mean, just a little slip there. Not something you want to see if you're Maryland. Another chance for them, kind of wasted. But as this half's been going, I'm sure in the next 30 seconds we'll see them back there.
Yeah, not something you usually see either.
Yeah, a slip on a corner kick. Definitely not the best. Not something you want to see.
Oh, ball kicks in off a long ball. O'Toole was in there with Mack, but ball just a little bit too far. Mack able to corral that. That was a kick in from Goldson from his own half, took off of Buckner's head, and then I believe it was Kovic who couldn't corral it before it went all the way back to Mack.
Yeah, weird play there. Almost went through. Almost a big, big chance for Michigan.
Seems like their only really chance in the attacking third this half, as it's going to be a Maryland thrown around in field. Clark's going to take it. Shaka Daly wants him to back up a little bit. Referee's eventually going to tell him to. Teasing now along the back end, plays Costa Bile. Square along the left side. Costa Bile. Dribbles. Good defense by O'Toole, but it could be back to Teasen over to Kovic. Buckner in pursuit.
Great bit of pressure here by Michigan.
Kovic plays Clark, who just got there before Blevins, but Parker going to play all the way back to Goldson, who's just going to have to simply kick it out. Looked like he was going to pick it up, realized he couldn't, and then simply had to just hit it out of bounds.
Yeah, but great bit of pressure there by Michigan. Obviously forced a mistake. Weren't able to possess it. But if they want to not have Maryland kind of just trounced everywhere, go up, down the field on them, they got to be aggressive.
Chappelle and Max Rogers playing each other in the corner. Max Rogers chips it up. Easy for Parker. Blocked by Maryland on the clear. Baker now is just going to dump it as it comes all the way back for Kovic around midfield. Makes Martin miss. Kovic plays over to Teasen. Teasen dribbling himself, crossing midfield. Looking for Mazarica on the through ball. Is going to get him. No. Fisher, good defense. Fisher's going to win that. Mazarica thought he had a chance there.
Yeah, great play there by Fisher.
Up to him. Go up for a Maryland throw. You saw the same thing I did. That looked to be a Maryland, and that's going to be a foul called on Miller. Mazarica goes down. Another dangerous spot for Maryland, free kick about 30, 35 yards out.
Yeah, I mean, Maryland's had many set-piece opportunities so far, especially in this second half. This is a spot where you could shoot it. You're about 10 yards outside the 18. But I think Maryland's going to look to play it in somewhere into the back post. It's a tough shot to make, but they do have some dangerous heads in the box. So I think we're going to see like a little bloop ball to the back post. Try to scrap the ball in the net.
Max Rogers again, who had to switch jersey numbers in the opening minutes due to his original jersey ripping. Going to take the free kick. Plays it in. Goldson's going to come out. Great punch by Goldson. Back over to Nitzel. Nitzel's going to take on the volley. Goes off of Herrera. Back to Rogers. Off of Fisher. And Fisher's going to chase it.
They have numbers. If he plays it before half field, he doesn't. But it's a 4-on-3.
Dribbling. Has Blevins running with him. Gives it Blevins in the corner. Blevins down. Working against Nitzel. Crosses with the right. Off of Nitzel. Michigan corner.
I mean, that's a great bit of ball there by Michigan. They capitalize quick.
Blevins taking his time going into the corner, looking for just to kill some clock as we cross the 30-minute mark, third of the way through this half. Michigan's most dangerous opportunity coming in here. Blevins, the lefty, going to take it from the far side. In swinging ball. Buckner, no. Blocked out by Costa Bile. As I believe that's Brame goes down. And now Fisher's just going to hit it up and out, looking for some guys. O'Toole's going to win it, going up against Nitzel. Nitzel wins it back, goes down. Buckner now wins it along the right side. Nobody in the box, going to try and buy some time, looking for Martin. Martin's not going to be able to get to it. as Indrika DeChapella. Michigan's going to win it back, though, right around midfield.
Yeah, great bit of aggression here by Michigan. They're trying to make something happen. They want to go up 3-0 as they're playing very aggressively.
Steinlachter there. Good challenge on
No
Herrera.
call.
No call. You can hear the displeasure there from Shaka Daly and the Michigan fans as Clark's going to take the throw and go back to Mack. Probably maybe the only bit of sustained offensive pressure we'll see from the Wolverines this half.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them with the ball a good minute there. It's been really quick for Michigan. They've kind of got the ball in the defensive end, kicked it up, lost it quick. Seen that a little trend here, but Michigan's, they're up in their pressure. They're up in their pressure on the backs of Maryland, and they're winning the ball back in dangerous spots here.
Mack settles it around his own 18, still probing. Wants to play a long ball. Going to have to eventually just drop it off to Steinlachter. He's going to play up. Mazurika going up against Fisher. We've seen it all day. Mazurika wins this one. Fisher seems to have overplayed it. Mazurika now working against him. Good defense there by Fisher. Goes off of him and outbounds for a Terps throw.
Yeah, great bit of defending there. Maryland's just trying to get guys up.
As we
Fisher
get
held
some
him off.
subs in. Griffith coming in for the Wolverines, taking out Chapella. And we're going to get Zach Martins, the junior for Michigan, coming in for Murphy Parker, who I think has played a pretty good game tonight.
Oh, for sure. He's played a great game at the defensive midfield spot. He's kind of commanded that. He's made great tackles, not losing the ball, very steady in that midfield spot, and I would credit a lot of this 2-0 to him. He obviously hasn't been involved in any of the goals, but just having that person, that go-to guy in the middle, you know he's not going to make a mistake. It's something nice to have for this Wolverine team.
Michigan still has it shot blocked there by Baker, as I believe that's Herrera who goes down, going to win a free kick for the Wolverines. Brain wants to go quick, eventually sells it down. So it looks like it's going to be Baker who's going to take this one. What's going through your mind as a player trying to protect this 2 lead? How do? You just kick out of bounds? You don't want to make the mistake, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, they say, we've said it, 2-0, most dangerous lead in soccer, you play it like 0-0. My coach growing up, he said every time you step on that field, it's 0-0. So Michigan, they kind of started the mindset up as we have a chance here for Michigan.
Herrera going to cross it and looking for Martin. It's going to be off of a Wolverine, off of Martin. He doesn't seem to like the call. Maryland's going to get a goal kick. Good chance there, kind of spraying from the back. Herrera made a very nice run there.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to it, if I'm a player, you're 2-0, how do you get your third? How do you get your third, and how do you still play defense? Obviously a weird spot to be in because you don't want to go all up and then have a big counterattack by Maryland, let them put it in. But you can't just keep letting Maryland run all over you and let them do what they want, essentially. And I think Daly's really told that Michigan team after we saw that 5 minutes of sustained offense for Maryland that you guys got to play offense too.
Maryland's playing it up, similar to how they've been doing. Griffith now working, wins the ball outside the 18. Oh no, Miller with the tackle. Griffith pass off the goal post. Got it past Goldson, but not the post. As Griffith could not believe how that did go in. Maryland and Michigan fighting for the ball there. O'Toole's going to clear it out. Steinlacher's going to have to drop it back to teaser around midfield.
Wow. Big chance for Maryland. It felt like the ball was it was like a magnet on Griffith's foot. He just had that ball through the entire defensive third and then wide open, one-on-one with the keeper. And a goalie's best friend, Post, saved that one.
Buckner's going to commit the foul on Clark here. Miller slide tackled, got the ball, ended up going off of Griffith and just continued on with him as he was able to get clean. I don't know if Goldson had that one covered. Fortunate to get away there.
Wow. This is not Maryland's day. This is what upset soccer feels like.
Clark going to play along the right wing, looking for Max Rogers to get play back middle for Teason, who's given some space. Max Rogers now back to Rogers. Over Michigan in their own box. Herrera's got the ball now. Rogers fighting for it. Nitzel fighting for it. Clark fighting for it before Herrera eventually comes out. Lead pass up to Buckner. Buckner's going to make a move. Good defense there by Kovic. Kovic back up to Rogers here.
Yeah, great defense there by Kovic. Buckner was trying to do what he wanted. Kovic knows Buckner's a shifty player. He just stood his ground right in front. He was able to just take that.
That's a foul committed there by Baker on Mazurika, about 40 yards out. Another dangerous spot. That simply looked like a guy where Mazurika, a little bit of a smaller guy. right? He is only 5'9", 150 going up against Will Baker, who's a much bigger dude, at least 6'3". And, you know, that's a call that they're going to give the Terps every time.
Yeah. I mean, you go down like that, referee's rarely going to swallow his whistle there. 40 yards out. Dangerous, not the most dangerous spot, but you kind of treat this like a corner kick from where it's at. You're just going to play it again right into that back post. Rogers is on it again, and we'll see what he does with it.
In swinging ball. As you said, looking back post, headed easy for Goldson. As he falls to the ground, just trying to kill some more clock. Looking for tees in there, just didn't get all of it.
Yeah, a great ball in there by Rogers. Obviously, you said Teason just didn't get a great head on it. Not too much power behind it. It falls right into Goldson's head. I mean, Goldson, though, his positioning's been great this game. He seems to be, anytime Maryland has a shot, he's right there.
Yeah, one thing that you have to ask Goldson is if Maryland scores that penalty kick, where are the Wolverines right now? As Mazarica dribbles up, cross, gets into the box. Miller with a great tackle, all ball. Going to be another Terps corner, but arguably the best tackle we've seen from him all day.
Yeah, great tackle. Obviously dangerous when you go down for a tackle in the box, but nothing there. Beautiful all ball, and it's going to be a corner kick here. Another corner kick, though.
Yeah, it feels like we're a broken record here. Tackle, Maryland controlling, up to Rogers in the middle, Mazarica on the wing. Rogers again going to take this corner. Beto Soto wants to come in, I believe, for Martin. Referee's going to grant the request. Usually, you don't usually see that, but Soto was already halfway on in the field.
Yeah, and this sub is Michigan looking for offense, really. Beto Soto, he had a streak of 10 consecutive games with a goal or assist, top 3 in the nation in assists. So that's going to be their offense.
Rogers going to play the ball and looking for a head. Clark back over. Oh, saved by Goldson on Teason again. Clark headed that back middle. Steinlackner with the right foot. Goldson diving to his left, made the save. If you want to see parking the bus, before that corner, Michigan had all 11 players in the box. Nobody up serving the target position up by midfield. As Buckner heads it back, Max going to get it in his own half.
Another amazing save by Goldson. This has to be one of his best games of his career, easily. The penalty kick save, and I believe he's at, I want to say 6 saves already, maybe even more on the game. Another right place, right time.
Rogers now going to take the throw in along the near side, plays up to Clark. Near the corner flag now. Clark working against Blevins. We've seen this matchup all day. Clark fakes the scissors. Back over to Rogers. Rare thought it went out of bounds. It does eventually go out of bounds for a Wolverines throw. Rogers upset with the call, upset with himself, upset with how the game's going. Throws that ball down angrily.
Yeah, Clark's been pretty ineffective, I must say, so far. He hasn't really got by his defender many times. Little frustration out of him. We'll see if that changes in the last 22 minutes.
Another guy we haven't seen really since the first 10 minutes, Andrunica, has been less effective in this half as well. Fisher, Miller have done a great job on him as Steinlackner gets the ball and plays it back to Teason near midfield.
Yeah, Michigan looks to be in a 4-4-2 right now. I don't know if they started in a 4-4-2, but I think they've kind of shifted to this. Play a little bit more defensive. Kind of leave Soto and Buckner up top to kind of create some offense.
Steinlackner in now. Michigan fighting, eventually going to be cleared out by Martins. Working on Griffith there. Just couldn't get possession there for the Terps as Nitzel plays Max Rogers out wide. Blevins comes up to challenge. Rogers with the ball into Griffith. Ooh, little push in the back from Baker. From Miller. Not thrilled about that. Dangerous call, but I believe they're going to go down for a call of embellishment. As the Wolverines are actually going to win the free kick here.
Yeah, that's a call you don't see very much, but obviously that Rogers is very upset. He kind of knew it, threw his hands up right when he flopped. Ref agreed with him, made the call.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I've been calling games here, so admittedly that hasn't been very long, but still, not a common call.
Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite calls in sports. I believe soccer, get the flopping out of the game. No one wants to see it. But, yeah, great call there by that ref.
Yeah, you've seen it more in the NBA now. As Buckner along the left wing working against Clark, hits the ground, no call. Clark going to just let that go out of bounds. That was really weird. Thought it went off of Buckner. Referees disagree. As it's going to be a Michigan throw by the corners. We're going to get some subs that come in here. Looks like Lawrence for the Wolverines coming in for Herrera. That will be Charlie Lawrence.
Out of England.
who was impactful in his first half minutes. And this might be the lineup that Shaka Daly rides with for the last 20 minutes or so. Michigan's going to treat this almost like a corner kick. Can't exactly tell who's throwing that in on the near side. If I had to guess, it's Baker. Soto, excuse me.
Soto.
Throws it into the
It's a
box
great
there.
throw right to the 6-yard box as Michigan retains possession outside.
Blevins now. Martins trying to find Soto again. Rogers getting cleared out. Drinica there. Martins with the good tackle, but can go out of bounds for a Terps throw.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan getting some offense. That's what you like to see if you're a Wolverines fan. Maryland getting a little uncomfortable right now. They're not getting that offense that they had towards the beginning of the second half. And Michigan right now seems to be the aggressor.
Yeah, I certainly thought we were going to see a 2-1 game here for the last 20 minutes. But Maryland now has to score soon. They're going to play fast. So Clark looking up to Griffith. Miller cuts it off, out of bounds, Terps throw. Michigan's doing a great job right now getting the ball before Maryland has a chance to turn. Such a key part of soccer.
Yeah, they're trying to just not give Maryland any time. Aggressive to the ball, not letting them get comfortable. They want Maryland to feel like the team that's down 2 goals to Michigan. They don't want them to feel like the second-ranked team in the country. They want them to lose their confidence, and they want to exploit them any way they can.
Ball comes to the near side for Clark. Working against Blevins now. Dumps it in to Max Rogers. Up against Baker. Goes back to his left. Dumps it back to Clark. Clark turns, looking back to Rogers. Playing a little catch. Rogers with the right foot. Baker blocks it before he even has a chance. Goes out. Another Terps throw-in.
Yeah, great bit of defending there, though, by Baker. Kept his hands behind his back on that cross. Made sure it went off the shoulder. Nothing for the ref to call.
Teasen, Nitzel. Back to Teasen. Over to Stein. Lackner. A little German to German to German action there for the Maryland Terrapins.
Yeah, very German team on this Maryland side. A lot of international players. That's what you see a lot in college soccer, especially in the Big Ten. Big sports here.
Maryland's eventually going to win the ball back as Costa Bile dribbling. Looking for Griffith, who goes down. No foul.
Great bit of defending there by Michigan.
Buckner now has the ball crossing midfield. Has Soto running with him. Mazurika comes back, makes a great tackle. Working up against O'Toole now, who had the first goal of the night on a beautiful header. Over Blevins as he intercepts it. Blevins now has Soto on his left, Buckner on his right, going to give it to Buckner. Buckner shoots, didn't get all of it, goes wide right.
Yeah, and that's something if you're a player, you're frustrated. You want Buckner to take another touch there. It's easy to say from the booth. It's also easy to say from a different position on the field. But when you get that ball coming at your feet, your eyes go wide. You get a little excited. And Buckner there did not get the shot he wanted. Probably should have taken another touch in, settled it down, placed it, but not the best contact for him. He's going to want that one back.
2-0 Wolverines, just over 17 minutes left to play. Wolverines just outside the Big Ten tournament picture, need a point. Maryland, the number 2 team in the country, down 2-0 on the road here as they start to play out of the back. Costa Bile looks like he has Clark back post. He's going to choose to dribble. Give it off to Andrinica. Andrinica now dribbling on Brame. Drops off back heel to Mazurika. Mazurika now crosses in for Clark high. Oh, on net. Goldson punches it over the net. Another great save by Goldson.
Yeah, great save by Goldson. I don't think he thought that was coming on net.
I certainly
He
did
looked a little too relaxed saving that. Kind of surprised that the ball was on net. Might have slid right underneath that crossbar. But he's able to just tip it over. Another Maryland corner kick, and guess who's taking it?
Max Rogers, lefty on the near side. Going to be an in-swing ball whenever he chooses to kick this. Going to play it quick. 16.5 minutes left as Mazurika is going to come short for him. Bring Soto out. Going to choose to play it long back post. Goldson with the punch. Goes right back. Drops it off for Maryland outside the 18. Blocked by Lawrence. Still fighting is Clark. Clark going to cross it with his left foot. Another save by Goldson on Adrianica. That might have been the best chance. I believe it was on Griffith. Might have gone over the net. Might have gone bar. It might... I believe they're calling offsides is the call here. Goldson still made the save regardless, punching over the net. But Griffith was offsides on Clark's cross to the left as there's a Wolverine down. Seems to be Brame.
Yeah, I mean, listen, offsides or not, another incredible save.
Phenomenal save. Phenomenal
by
save.
Goldson. He's came to play here today. He saw Maryland on the schedule. He circled them. Number 2 team ranked in the country. and he's here to play.
He's certainly playing one of the biggest games here as the medical staff is going to come out and check on Brame. Crowd applause as the Wolverines and the Terps head to their respective benches to get water. Golden, as we said, starting 9 games this year, 14 goals allowed, 1.56 a game, has 2 shutouts this year. If all goes well for the Wolverines, he'll have his 3rd here tonight. Again, the Wolverines trying to capture their first win against a top 5 opponent since Akron in 2011. October 18th, 2011. That game was in overtime.
Were you alive in 2011, man?
I was very much alive, unfortunately, man. No, makes me feel kind of old. 13 years ago.
Wow.
But you got to give Michigan credit. Played a phenomenal first half. They're fighting in this second half right now. As the Terps are ready to come out, Brame's still on the ground, going to be helped up by the Michigan training staff. You give 2 thumbs up, wants to stay in. Going to bring him to the sideline. Michigan's going to play with 10 guys temporarily. As when we resume, it will be a Michigan free kick per that offsides there.
Yeah, and I mean, crowd's getting into it. We got a Michigan Soccer Stadium, but the atmosphere is great here today.
I mean, you want to give the Wolverines fans something to smile about based on what we've seen from the football team lately. Going to be Davis Warren again tomorrow night. Just about half a mile that way at the Big House tomorrow, 7:30, as they take on the Spartans for the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
Yeah, big week in Michigan today. All the friends coming in town. It's half green, half yellow here in Michigan, and just a really fun weekend.
Too much green.
Too much green.
Hockey team played at Yost, the U.S. national development team, in an expedition. Basketball team also played Toledo in an expedition. So 3 sports here tonight with the Wolverines 2-0 as we're getting ready for a restart with Goldson. 16:06 left on the clock. I'm sure it's going to be a long 16:06 as Brame getting ready to check in.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned Chrysler, Yost. I think Michigan Soccer Stadium is a place to be here tonight.
Maryland going to win back by midfield. Play to Mazurika, who plays it back to Nitzel. Nitzel over to Clark. Clark now. Blevins intercepts the pass intended for Mazurika. Mazurika switch sides here. Lawrence dribbling, looking for help. Not going to get. Mazurika tackles, goes off of him for a Wolverines throw. I'm sure Blevins is going to take his time strolling over to that sideline.
Yeah, Lawrence got to get the ball off a little quicker, but not the worst result for the Wolverines. Simple throw in, retain possession. Just keep the ball away from Maryland. That's really what it is.
Baker now on the throw, looking for Buckner. Buckner's going to win it. Turning against Nitzel. Nitzel, good defense. Pass intercepted by Lawrence off of Clark, and out again for a Wolverines throw. Rogers couldn't get to that one before it hit the sideline.
Great touch there by Buckner. Impressive player. He's quick. Putting Maryland on their heels, and Michigan's threatening. Up 2-0.
Baker now throws into Buckner again down the sideline. Buckner back heel, beautiful pass to Blevins. Blevins working against Nitzel, fakes the cross once, fakes it twice. Clark's come over to help. A little bit of scissors, gives it back to Buckner. Wants the ball back, not going to get it. Buckner looking for Lawrence. Lawrence in the middle, great play by Mazurika, coming back to help. Going to go down for a tackle by Lawrence. It's going to be a Terps free kick.
Yeah, Mazurika seemed to come out of nowhere. Lawrence didn't really see him, and he just kind of stole the ball mid-move for Lawrence.
Steinlackner plays it too quick and go back to Goldson. Let the ball eventually get pick it up. Take his time here. Dribbles once, dribbles twice.
Yeah, it feels like we're at Chrysler right now.
Griffith's still out there just in case he drops it. Goldson just get punted all the way over midfield. Teases get clean that up, go back to Fisher. Fisher now plays outside for Soto. Soto crosses for Buckner. Great defense there by Kovic. Michigan's going to win it back, though. Or Toole now. Back to the other team's net. Braves get played up, looking for Soto.
Soto might be offsides here. I don't know.
Soto is going to win the ball there.
No offsides.
Cross it over to Lawrence. No, Nitzel's going to take care of that. O'Toole over. Soto working again. Soto dribbling, goes back to his right. Crosses blocked by Teasen.
Great turn there by Soto. Great bit of aggression there by Michigan in the box. Losing the ball a little bit, but they retained it. Soto made a little move, got outside, and forced a corner kick. Soto
able to win the ball not once, but as he's taking his time strolling over there. Mazurika's a little frustrated by that. As I want to say, they might have given a warning here to the Michigan bench for delay of game.
Yeah, Soto obviously not the most athletic guy. Kind of short, 5'6", but he has some skills. There's a reason he's top 3 in the nation in assists.
Soto's going to take this corner. Plays it short. I believe that's Lawrence now working. Giving it back to Soto. Soto to Blevins.
Blevins space.
30 yards, shoots. Blocked by Kovic coming out from a center back position as Martin's going to have it back in a regroup. Hit Blevins along the near side. Blevins now. Back out to Baker. Baker going to do a little dummy. Good play by Clark as Maryland's going to try and counter here. Clark rolling, chips it up to Adrinica. Adrinica working against Fisher. Maryland open people everywhere. Blocked once by Fisher as he goes back. Fisher with the great tackle goes down, not going to get called. Adrinica gets a clean cross off, looking for somebody. Martin's going to clear it, and Brame's going to finally get out of Michigan's box.
Yeah, big chance there for Maryland. Quick counterattack. Michigan was ready. Fisher, obviously great defense on the outside, made it hard, and they're going to clear it. Maryland retains possession around half field.
Kovic now. Work against Lawrence. Lawrence fighting. Kovic's going to have to eventually drop it back to Mack as we are under 13 minutes here at Michigan Soccer Stadium. 2-0 Wolverines. Kovic now. Drops it back to Mack once again. Mack over Teasen. Excuse me, that's not Teasen, that's Nitzel. That's Costabile now. Working against O'Toole. Cuts back Mill. Still looking. Back to his left foot. Going to play it out wide.
Yeah, Maryland threatening.
Max Rogers crosses it in. Nobody home for the Terps as Michigan once again able to clear it out. Steinlackner plays another ball in, second ball in. Going to be headed back. Costabile right around the semicircle. Looking, good defense by the Wolverines to defend a shot there. Max Rogers along the left side now. Going to play Steinlackner. Back about 40 yards from the Michigan goal. O'Toole to Soto with a beautiful fake. And Soto's now off and running. Has Buckner running with him. Soto's just going to keep going. Heading to the corner. Going against Nitzel. Steinlackner's going to come over to help. Lawrence with the slide tackle to keep the ball in Michigan's possession. Now it's going to be Mazarica.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of a 2.5-man offense here. You got Buckner up, Soto up, and then Lawrence kind of the support if needed. That's kind of, and then the rest of the Michigan guys are back. Parking the bus, as it's going to be a pretty brutal foul here.
Yeah, Lawrence just came from behind on Mazarica. Mazarica certainly wants a card. I don't think he's entirely wrong to want one. Clock's going to stop here with 11:20. As Maryland's going to make a substitution with Clark coming off and bringing on Nicholas Cassidy, your junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So playing where he really should have gone to school as a Michigan. But playing for the Terps as Michigan takes it quick. Kovic plays it over to Mazarica. Mazarica crosses it, goes off of Buckner, who able to kind of defend it. Steinlackner heads it back middle, and eventually kicked out by Brame. Couple big clears for Brame here.
Yeah, I think in this last 11 minutes, this is what you're going to see. Maryland try to get something through this Michigan defense. Michigan get possession, kind of clear it. Hope Soto or Buckner can get anything.
Maryland now around midfield. Michigan has all 11 players back. Max up by the midfield circle for the Terps. Mazarica now crosses in. One bounce, two bounce. Deflected out, I believe, by Miller. Buckner out again. Max Rogers going to be able to regroup here along the near side. Max Rogers dribbling. Fakes once. Drops it back off to Teasen. Teasen can take some space. Looking. Finds Steinlackner, who's over to Costabile. Costabile and O'Toole. We've seen this time and time again in the second half. Costabile looking to go to his left. Eventually he's going to have to drop it back off to Steinlackner. Over to Kovic. Mazarica wants it. Going to choose to go back middle. And that's going to be cleared out by Martins right to Steinlackner, who's going to play Nitzel. Nitzel now to tease him.
Yeah, a lot of quick passing here by Maryland, looking for anything, any hole they can play a through ball in or just cross it in.
Mazarica now working against Lawrence. Going to be able to get a clean cross off. Goes all the way to the back post.
Wow.
As eventually O'Toole is going to be able to clear it. Dangerous cross there for the Wolverines. No Terp able to get their foot on it.
Yeah, you hear the crowd oohs and ahs. When you see a ball go right through, both teams, if you're Michigan, you're like, how did that get through? If you're Maryland, it's like, how is nobody there? So, dangerous ball in there by Maryland. Michigan lucky that no one got a foot on it.
Costabile crossed, rejected by Miller as he gets it back. Drops it off now for, I believe, Griffith. Griffith over to Colvin. Colvin. Pass intercepted by Lawrence and up to Buckner. As
Buckner.
We are under 10 minutes here in Ann Arbor.
Little 1-on-4 for Buckner. Touched a little bit too long. You can see the fatigue coming out. But they got 9 minutes left against the second-ranked team in the nation.
Terps throw it in, give it to Steinlackner as he crosses midfield. Gives it over to Nitzel. Nitzel over Costa Bile up against O'Toole once again. Drops it back off to Indrinica. Buckner down. Indrinica crosses in. Goldson's going to catch it. Wants the whistle blown, and he's going to get Buckner. Probably just a cramp here. You can see how exhausted he was after that one.
Cramp in the side. Michigan already looking to make a sub. Buckner kind of calling his own sub, going down.
Yeah, Buckner's played a phenomenal game here tonight. Might not show up on the stat sheet, but I thought he did a lot of things that were incredibly impactful for the Wolverines here tonight as the Michigan medical staff can go out there and check on him.
Yeah, kept Maryland on their toes pretty much the whole game. Applied great pressure to their backs, center backs, outside backs. And he really just played hard the whole game. Obviously cramping now, but that's just a byproduct of playing pretty hard.
Sometimes, that's what it takes to beat the number 2 team in the country.
It does. Need some more guys cramping on this field. Maybe we're not working hard enough. Maybe Michigan could be looking at a 3-4-0 game. But no, overall, this has been a great effort. I don't want to sound like I'm concluding this game. There's still 8:50 left. But
I've seen stranger things.
Yeah. But it looks like Buckner's night is going to be done. A great night for him all over the field. Again, we said not going to score up, not going to show up in the stat sheet, but a great game, and he's definitely happy with his performance.
Crowd certainly recognizes the effort here, as I believe they're going to bring back in Oliver Martin for Jason Buckner. Beto Soto also going to come off here for Rocky Perez. So Michigan making 2 substitutions here. Buckner because of injury. Beto Soto just to make a substitution. Excuse me, I stand corrected. Oliver Martin has come in for Beto Soto. Buckner is going to look to try and go back in the game. Coaches were talking to Rocky Perez on the sideline. Doesn't look like he's going to come in, though.
Yeah, we'll see. Looks like Buckner wants to go back in. Just kind of needed a little break. When you're kind of the guy on the team, I guess you could call for those breaks. You could stop the game for a couple minutes and then go back in. But Michigan right now is playing a man down as Buckner's on the side as he requested medical assistance.
As he comes back out now. As Michigan has the ball in the Maryland half. Taken away eventually by Steinlackner. He's been all over the place for the Terps.
So they're going to bring it back. It looks to be
a free kick.
Free kick, yeah.
Steinlackner's going to put down play quick. Kolvik now. Mazurika basically on the touchline. Makes a run in. Kolvik's going to try and get to him. Teasen heads it up. Buckner's going to control along the near side. Slips, almost goes down. Terps throw. Max Rogers up to Mazurika. Plays it up and over Blevins. Blevins and Mazurika working. Blevins wins it. Goes once, goes twice. Great job by Blevins there to get out for a throw. Teasen now over Mazurika. Mazurika going to kick it off of Blevins. Thrown again.
Another throw. Yeah, Blevins just working in this corner, doing all he can.
Goal and assist tonight, but has been impactful on the defensive end as well. Max Rogers throws it in. That's going to be Riley. Riley over to Rogers. Going to cross it in off of Buckner's head and out for a Maryland corner kick.
Yeah, no surprise. It's going to be Will Rogers on it. Looking to put this left-footed in-swinger right into the box. See if Maryland can get a head on it. Again, down 2-0, 7:20, clock's ticking. They need a goal here.
Max Rogers plays one in. Headed right to Goldson again. I believe that was off of the head of Teasen. Goldson bailing out the Wolverines here tonight.
Yeah, straight to Goldson. Kind of was standing right in the middle of his line. Ball just kind of falls literally right into his hands. Chest pass, and Goldson receives it well. But Maryland's going to retain the possession as Goldson kind of kicks it back to them. They're coming up on the left side here. Ball's back to the middle.
Yeah, here comes Kolvik around the semicircle with Buckner pressing. That was Goldson's 7th save of the night. As Buckner now dribbling on the near side. Has Kolvik going with him. Lawrence wanted the ball. Chooses to give him Martins in the opposite field. Switches the field with O'Toole. O'Toole to Brain. Brain back to O'Toole. O'Toole dribbling. Going to look out for Martin. Martin now working against Christabili. Christabili over to Martins. Martins over to Buckner as they're just simply wasting time right now. Buckner plays it back to Martins, who's in the center. Over to Fisher. Fisher now dribbling in. Most guys Michigan have had in the Maryland offensive half all game, or all second half, I should say, as O'Toole crosses it, intercepted there by Mack.
Yeah, kind of not the best kick there by O'Toole. You kind of want to keep a little bit more possession if you're Michigan. But they win it right back here and look to pass it around. Keep burning this clock.
Fisher now going to do the same thing. Going to go up. Not exactly what you want as Krista Bealey takes it over. Back heel. Nobody's home. O'Toole now dribbling. Back to Fisher. Fisher goes out of bounds. Terps throw.
5:30 left on the clock. If you're Michigan, you just want to see that number go down, down, and hit the zeros on the clock. Maryland down 2 goals. They've had some chances. I won't doubt that they will have 2 more big chances in this next 5 minutes, but it's a matter of if they can convert or not. As Michigan's bringing in 3 fresh legs, definitely going to be looking to park the bus. Have these people running around like the Energizer Bunny.
We're going to get Rocky Perez, who's going to come in for Jason Buckner. Charlie Lawrence going to come out for Davis, and Nicholas Cassidy going to come in for Brame, who's going to come out of the game. 3 impactful guys for the Wolverines. Simply, as you said, Simon, just to get some fresh legs out there for these last 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, and it's defense, defense, defense for Michigan. Parking the bus.
Drinica and Krista Bealey now working along the left side. Turning on Fisher. Still has it, gives it back to Drinica now, working against Martins. Martins going to do a great job keeping it and going to be able to keep it in bounds. Maryland's going to win it back, though. Rogers going to kick it up, intercepted by Goldson.
4:50 left on the clock. Yeah, this is going to be the corner battle. You're going to see a lot of balls played to corners. A lot of time wasting here. It's going to be out for Michigan throw. I'd say this throw-in gets in about 20 seconds.
Great job by Isaiah Goldson, though. Recognize nobody's here on the near side. Give Dylan Davis a chance. Kovic had simply no other option just to head it. As Mazurika's going to come down, give it to Bryce Blevins, your Michigan captain. Goal and assist tonight. Going to be down the line for intended for Cassidy. As Steinlackner going to dribble back over Nitzel. Nitzel to Kovic. Kovic to Mazurika. Out of bounds.
It's great. Great soccer there by Michigan. Kept the press on. Didn't let Maryland bring it up, and they forced Maryland to just pass out of bounds. A Michigan throw.
You can see some frustration from the Maryland back, and I don't know if you caught that. Kovic, Nitzel just yelling at each other as Blevins actually just throws it basically out of bounds. Maryland's going to take a quick, give it back to Mac. Under 4 minutes here at Michigan Soccer Stadium. 2-0 Wolverines.
Yeah, it's desperation time for the Terps. But Michigan right now playing a little bit more desperate than them. They're first to every single ball, moving it well as they get possession back on their side.
Martin's now going to cross it out of bounds. Maryland's going to take the throw in, going to take it quickly. Krista Bealey looking for Adrinica. Off his hand, ref eventually sees it. Michigan's going to get a free kick here, as you said, Simon. Probably some time going to tick off here.
Yeah, whistles are your best friend if you're leading. Kind of want to waste that time. Again, a free kick. Probably 20 more seconds come off the clock, and you're looking at around 3 minutes. So if you're anybody on the Michigan sideline, if you're Michigan fans, you're just looking at that clock right now. That's the only number you care about.
Fisher going to pass up for O'Toole. O'Toole going to take it into the corner against Krista Bealey, just trying to kill time. Off of Nitzel. Davis is going to join them, still in the corner. As Maryland's eventually going to get out, Nitzel's going to play it up. Fisher's going to be first to that. Scratch that. Going to go out of bounds for what appears to be a Wolverines throw.
Yeah, and Maryland just looks to have lost their edge. A lot of walking right now on the field, a lot of frustration. It feels like they're kind of checking themselves out of the game right now.
Michigan going to get ready to throw it in. It's going to be from Fisher. You can see Wolverines bench, Wolverines sideline, Wolverines fans starting to recognize they only have 2.5 minutes. It's a 2-goal lead. Again, looking for their first top 5 win since 2011 against Akron, who I'm surprised was even a top 5 team in 2011.
Yeah, didn't even know they had a Division I soccer team, to be honest.
So that just shows you how long it's been for the Wolverines as Mac is pressured by Martin. Davis pressuring the center backs. It's going to go out for a Michigan throw again.
Yeah, I just love this pressure. Even at the end of the game, Michigan knows if they don't want Maryland to score, they don't let Maryland get the ball.
And this is why you bring in the fresh legs, right? Just trying to pressure up top, not even give them a chance. Let's go blue, break out among the crowd. Michigan's first goal scored with an assist from Blevins to Patrick O'Toole on a diving header. In the first half, second goal was Bryce Blevins from the penalty spot after a handball by Thielsen on the Maryland back end.
Yeah, 1:40 left. It's looking more and more likely, like a huge upset for the Wolverines.
Michigan's going to play this corner short. As Martin's just going to keep it in this corner, just keeping it. Maryland's eventually going to win it, going to go off of a Wolverine for a Terp throw. Terps playing in the final whistle, under 1:30 left. Blocked out by O'Toole. Maryland keeps it in. Back over to the Michigan midfield, who kicks it out as Andrinic is going to take this quickly for the Terps.
1:15, 1:10 on the clock. Just holding out 1 minute for the biggest upset in recent history for Michigan.
Max Rogers now passes it over to Kovic. Kovic goes up to Riley. Defended well by Michigan. Going to be out for a Terps throw off of Rocky Perez. Mazarica going to throw it middle. Throw to Nitzel. Nitzel, Griffith in the middle. Michigan's back and doing a great job not letting him turn. Riley's going to cross it in back post. Great job by Fisher to block that out for a corner.
Yeah.
Matthew Fisher, impactful on Mazarica in the first half as Maryland's corner is going to be brought. Here comes Isaiah Mack from the back end as well to try and make something happen for the Wolverines, as unlikely as it might be.
Great save there by Goldson. Maryland headed in, and you can hear cheers of victory. Michigan fans know, the players are realizing, the bench is realizing. 15 seconds go down on the clock.
As the countdown seems to be starting, Maryland hang the ball around. Michigan's going to have to clear it one last time. Baker's going to have a handball. Maryland's going to try and take this free kick quickly, and Drinica's going to shoot it off of Rocky Perez, and Michigan has done it. They have defeated the number 2 Maryland Terrapins. Came in here, record of 8-1-5. Michigan's going to go to the Big Ten tournament final regular season game. Simon, what are your words?
Wow. Wow. Those are my only words. No, but for real, this has been a great game by the Wolverines. A complete game. We saw some shaky bits beginning of the second half, but they really corrected it, finished this game strong, and today I believe they were the better team.
Simon, before we head off, player of the game for the Wolverines.
It has to be Blevins. The goal, the assist, he did it all on the defensive end as well. Amazing game, and nothing to complain about if you're a Michigan fan here tonight.
Bryce Blevins going to assist Isaiah Goldson with his 3rd shutout on the back end. That all contributes to an upset victory for your Michigan Wolverines. 2-0 win. Michigan Soccer Stadium being the number 2 ranked Maryland Terrapins. Michigan, a team that started off hot, struggled a little bit in the middle part of the year, seems to be getting hot at the right time, though. As always, thank you guys for listening. For Simon Blyer, I am Perry Mortino signing off as